Salutations, amazing audience and viewers. My name is Hale, and welcome to Fallout Home Sweet Home, a tabletop role-playing game by Modiphius. Just a little warning. While I am an amazing and beautiful person, my players are all terrible, terrible human beings. Probably should be locked up, really. And they are playing even worse characters. You are very likely to hear things, the like of which you have never heard before. If you find yourself offended, if you find yourself triggered, I would suggest you take yourself off, go and find yourself a drink, chill out for a bit, come back a little later and see what horrors they've enacted upon the world around them. But for now, we return to our story. And our camera comes up, first in darkness, with a single sound. A clicking, incessant sound. At first, you would be forgiven for thinking it might be insects. But as the camera starts to come to light, it reveals the screen of a Pip-Boy. And the clicking is obviously the sound of the radiation detector as the indicator is pushing towards the maximum setting. Our camera zooms back from the Pip-Boy to reveal Tarkus, and further back, his companions, in various states of injury, standing in a facility littered with corpses, most of which horribly twisted and mutated. A hole in a wall leading to a room that clearly has some kind of technology inside. One of the devices horribly broken, some kind of explosion. Its core presented to the world, and glowing green rods exposed to the world. Tarkus, what are you doing?
I am desperately trying to fix the radiation leak from the exposed uranium, was it?
Yeah, the cores, uranium cores, yeah.
Yeah. Off character, I don't even know how you would do this.
So what you're effectively doing is attempting to repair the shielding. You can't do anything about the cores themselves, but you're trying to mend the shielding on the core in such a way that that water can be added back into it, so that the cores are submerged in the water in the first place. And you think that this is going to reduce the radiation significantly. You don't think it's going to stop it, but you think it's going to dramatically reduce it. However, every moment that you spend doing this, you're going to be exposing yourself directly to masses of radiation. And by extension, everybody else. Which, to be fair, doesn't really matter to most of your party. Only to your critically wounded companion who you accidentally punctured the lung of very recently.
Could have been worse.
But did he die?
Yeah, I'm doing my best out here. Like, you don't have to shame me like that.
Absolutely. I'm not
Let's
shaming you.
Let's hope you're better at fixing nuclear cores than you are at repairing people, yeah?
Hey, no 20 shaming, okay? You're all 20, I didn't make fun of you because you fell down the elevator.
That's harsh, but fair.
Only made fun of Sarah.
Yep.
Okay. So what we're going to need in order for you to complete this isn't going to be the easiest of roles. It's not going to be the hardest either, but it's not going to be a simple role. We're going to do an extended role. So you're going to need a total of, let's say, 12 successes. You can roll as many times as you like. difficulty of the roll is going to be 2 each time. So in order to succeed, you have to get 2. And then once you've got 2, those successes count towards your pool, and anything you get over and above that will add into it. Every time, however, you make a roll, that will indicate a moment or a period of time when you are exposed to the core. And you will be taking a large amount of radiation damage rolls, and Ralph will take a slightly, but not significantly smaller amount.
So hurry the fuck up.
So hurry the fuck up.
You
You
can
can,
make-
make,
do it.
you can take as many rolls as you like. If you decide that you're not going to hit your targets in time, you can stop. And then slowly die of radiation poisoning. Or whatever it is that you're going to do in this situation. I don't know why you would stop in this situation, but you can choose to. The consequences, what are we going to set the consequences to?
What happens if I roll a 20?
Dying.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think the consequences of failing to fix the, well, let's say the consequences of the rolls in this situation, like if you fuck up in the process of doing stuff, I think you're going to set yourself back more than anything else. So if you roll 20s on your rolls, will say not only does that roll not count, but you'll lose a success.
Do you guys have any radaways?
I think I have one. Yeah,
One, cool.
Nice. I don't know what that does exactly, but I think it's
removes
good.
four reds. I think I'm at 1 red.
Oh, you'll be fine then. You're only at 1.
Great. How much are you on? I feel
5.
And what's your maximum hit points at the moment?
16.
it's fine.
You got plenty. You got a whole
Right.
11 hit points that you can.
I'm on 9, but my
Yeah.
max is 16. Yeah.
Yeah, but what have your the radiation damage?
Yeah, I know
reduces your
that
max.
goes down, but I'm on 9 from being impaled and having my lung punctured by dickheads, so you know.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
May Prometheus help Darkus anyway, I don't know, maybe grab the radioactive material, or he has 3 arms and stuff.
You probably don't want to mess around with the cores themselves, but you could certainly help in some capacity. Effectively, what he's doing is rebuilding the metal walls of the enclosure and trying to fill it back up with water. So if you can figure out a way that you can interact with that process, you can certainly help and add a die to his pool. Anyone can do that.
Can I meld? I don't know, with my flamer or stuff like that, or the
Yeah, you
iron,
could maybe
that?
try to control bursts of your from your flamer in order to help melt the metal. Using the flamer though is going to use your flamer fuel.
Okay, yeah, he's alive.
She got you.
I mean, you could literally help by handing him stuff. Like you can literally be holding things and putting things in position while he's attaching. So you could just manually help if you wanted to.
I mean, if that counts as helping, yeah,
Mhm.
I'd like to help. I may have it on this 4, but I've got repair 3. I'll let you know.
Ah,
I know my stuff.
I mean,
Yes,
that's helpful, but in this case, because of the sophistication of the equipment, we're talking about science rather than repair.
Oops.
But that's okay. Literally, physically being there and handing him things and holding tools and holding materials in place and that sort of stuff is enough to help him without any difficulty at all. Does anybody else want to try and help? Ralph, do you want to be in there?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Moore could probably, if nothing else, Moore could be looking for stuff to make a splint for Lucky Ralph.
Okay, you can ignore the radiation stuff and just look for stuff for splinting. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
No,
That's no problem.
no. That could be the next thing we look for.
You can,
But
I mean, Good Boy probably is already doing that.
Okay, well, fuck it. Let good
Yes.
boy do it. I don't know how more. I guess more can hold stuff up if he wants to help him.
So you're going to deal with like the physical like lifting of heavy things, getting things in position, like effectively following the instructions of Tarkus, getting things in the right positions. Yeah, that would count. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I got you.
Good boy is very definitely not helping, and is spending time looking for splint materials for Ralph's broken arm and leg. Mostly because he thinks that if this works, it's fine, and if it doesn't work, then the two humans of the party will die, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing in the grand scheme of things. Like, then it's just a robots and mutants party, and oh well, never mind. So, you know, he wins either way.
If
So-
he also gets Tarkus's gun, so
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
And the shotgun.
This reminds me of Dr. Evil's sharks with lasers.
Freaking laser beams.
Laser.
So, whenever you're ready, then.
Okay, so I roll 3 dice because
you-
Prometheus is helping me, I guess.
You roll
All
4
right.
dice because you're getting help from Morg as well. So 4 dice base plus anything you want to add from additional action points if you would like to take advantage of those.
Let's do like a first roll, see how it goes. The one I rolled too many 20s. Alright, let's go. Okay,
Booyakasha.
so
How many do you need? 12.
yeah, that's average.
Nice.
Okay,
That's good. Good start,
15
yeah.
target.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay, so
do I
that's
keep going? Or...
sure, but before you do, so that's 4 successes. I would love for you to roll 5 combat dice for me, please, and I would love for
Jesus.
Phil to roll 3 combat dice for me, please.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, Tarkus, you get no radiation damage.
Cool. It's a lucky
3,
roll.
yeah.
And you take 2, Phil. Or Lucky Ralph, rather.
Fucking I might be dropping the lucky.
Yeah.
It might just be Ralph. No.
I mean, you're not dead, so
Lucky Ralph.
Lucky Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the first period of repair, you have done a spectacularly good job. You've made a third of the way through the process. This is going flawlessly. You've taken no radiation damage. Everything is going perfectly.
Why are you cursing it like that? Alright, I'm rolling the next one.
Okay. Do you want to spend action points as a brief point? Ah, too late. Okay. Another 4 successes. Perfect. Excellent work. This cannot go wrong.
Why do you want this to fail so bad? Nick?
You're
This is-
welding, you're bolting, you're hearing the metal together, you're building that enclosure back up. It's going swimmingly well. I would like you to once again roll 5 combat dice for me, please, Peter, and 3 combat dice for me, please, Philip.
Oh my god, you're so lucky.
That's okay. Tarkus, you take no radiation damage, and Ralph, you take 1 radiation damage.
My normal unlikeness with combat dice is paying off now, like for the first time.
Okay.
For the
Look
double
at-
20.
Look at all those glorious blanks I'm rolling. Yes.
Okay, so
Alright.
you gonna finish this off then with no 20s?
Why are you cursing? It's so fucking bad. Okay. I'm gonna use an action point here.
Oh,
Alright.
dude.
No!
You had to do it.
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Jesus.
In the process,
It's not even the 5th dice, okay? It's the 4th one, okay? It's not like if it's the
Opium.
5th one. Like yeah, but it's the 4th one.
so in the process of doing this, you're working and your confidence is growing, and perhaps it's a little misplaced. You've mostly rebuilt the main section of the enclosure, and you start to test fill with the water, and you don't anticipate the fact that the water is going to instantly vaporize. Like the small amount of water that you put into the to the enclosure instantly vaporizes, and it causes a breach in what you've already done. There's a hole forms in part of the work you've already done. You're going to have to repair it. So that roll doesn't count, and you lose 1 success. So that puts you down to 7 successes. It's still not bad.
So do none of those successes count?
None of those successes count.
Wow.
EP.
5 combat dice, please, Peter. 3 combat dice, please, Philip.
Oh my. Whew.
Okay,
What? Phil, what the hell?
Tarkus, you take no radiation damage from standing next to an exposed radioactive core. And Ralph, lying on the floor around the corner, slowly gets 2 more radiation damage.
Jeez.
Do you have a lot of resistance?
I have
I've
2.
no resistance. So yeah.
I have 2 resist. Okay, I'll try again.
You're only getting radiation damage if you get an effect on the combat dice.
Alright, so I'm gonna use another AP.
Okay. No 20s this time. Come on.
Oh,
Hey,
3
look at that.
is
That's
fast.
pretty good. That's pretty good. You're almost there. Learning from your mistake.
Roll a 19 and an 18. Nice.
You patched the... I mean, you could spend luck points to re-roll those if you want to.
I don't have any luck points for 3 sessions.
Cool. Well done.
Hale.
Excellent. You're almost there. You patch up the hole that developed, and you more carefully this time start adding the water. You realise that everything is tight, and you just need to finish filling it with water and finish building out the roof of the container. At this point, you're only 2 successes away from concluding this.
Cool. Do we roll for radiation or
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Ralph!
Oh, I got 1 radiation.
You got
no
radiation. Oh no, Tarkus! You gained a point of radiation. Oh, that's
No.
terrible. What are you on now,
I
Ralph?
think, guys, I think it's
Well-
starting to affect me.
Yeah, so my max hit points is now 8. So does my 9 drop to 8?
Yeah.
Yes, but also you fall unconscious and you're effectively bleeding to death now.
Oh, no, my max hit points is 8, and I've got 8.
Oh, so you're
So I had a hit point pool of 21,
yeah,
and I had 9 left.
yeah,
And then as the radiation's kicked in, the radiation level has taken my max to 8.
yeah.
So I guess my hit points go from 9 to 8.
Oh,
But
yes,
I've got 8 hit points.
yes, that's
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Hurry the fuck up.
Okay.
Just 2 more successes now.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
even
all
gonna
you
use the
need.
last action point. I'm not gonna
Just
use
the
it
2,
anyways.
and you. It's not
Second
likely
ways.
you're not going to roll 20s this time, are you?
Nah, there's
Nah.
no way.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hey!
Some
I
5
get-
successes.
3 action points back.
You do. Congratulations.
That's how we do it.
Can you roll your combat dice again for me, please?
The radiation
For the
zone.
last time. Well, sort of.
Fuck.
Tarkus, you take 1 point of radiation damage, and Ralph, you take another 2 points of radiation damage, taking you to 7?
6.
6.
6 hits.
6.
Yeah.
Excellent.
With a
Excellent.
maximum of 6 hit
Yeah.
points.
Cool. Excellent. You finish sealing the reactor, and the incessant noise of the radiation detector, the clicks coming from your Pip-Boy, suddenly reduces quite dramatically. It doesn't go away, but it drops down to minimal levels. So you're going to be making less rolls for radiation at this point, and it's going to be at minimal levels. So you're going to be rolling 1 die at any one time. Okay? and I'm going to be paying attention to how long we go in the session and making you roll each time.
Yippee.
It suddenly feels like the pressure has been reduced quite significantly. You have time to take stock. You can see on the other side of the reactor room a large steel security door. There is a thick glass window in it, and you can see light coming from it. Now that the light from the cores has been effectively covered, you can now see the light coming from the glass window in the door. It doesn't look like the warming glow of radioactive core. It looks like electric lighting.
Was there anything else in the main room? You know, the one where we were when we exited the elevator.
You want to spend some time searching the loading dock?
Can you remind me? It was a large room, I remember.
It
Were
is.
there any doors visible?
There is one door, a fairly large door that you imagine would be big enough for a truck, for example, to effectively dock onto. Like it's a big loading area by the look of things.
So like a garage door, let's say.
So it's a big security vault door, but it's the size of the back end of a truck.
Doesn't sound interesting to me. Maybe we should go for the security door.
The room itself is a loading dock, and there is things here, mostly obviously charred and destroyed bodies, but there are objects in the room. And Good Boy's been running off and looking around, and has come back with pieces of metal and wood in order to be able to make splints for Ralph. It's up to you. What would you like to do?
Can I just examine the security door, see if it's locked?
Sure.
Can
So
I open it?
you make your way over to the other side. It's not. It is locked, but it's locked because it doesn't have power going to it. So there is a locking mechanism that's built into it. You could probably, if it was power going to the controls, you could probably press the button and release the locking clamps. But there's no power going to it at the moment.
Are there wires visible? Let's see where they lead. Or...
Yeah. Do you want to make an intelligence science check? See if you can track it back.
No. Can I do a perception survival check?
I would go perception science. If you want to go perception science, I'd go for that.
Bargaining.
Okay, great. I'd go for that.
Sure, it's a survival. You sure?
I think 3 successes to fully track the cabling correctly.
While he's doing that, can I shout for Morg, please?
Yeah.
Has Good Boy put the splints on, or has he just found the shit to do it?
No, he's found it and he's put it down next to you. And
Thanks.
he sits down and looks at you. That smile, that kind of look that dogs get when their mouths are open and look like they're smiling. He's doing that, and his mechanical tail is wagging.
I think Dark is also gonna go to Phil. Like he's gonna go and climb up the elevator.
Well, I was going to ask Morg to help me get down from the elevator because I'm a bit bored.
Okay, Dark is to say he's not sure it's a good idea to move you again.
He'll be fine.
You just got to patch me up, get these splints on, and then I can move about a bit.
Yeah, we can do this on top of the elevator before moving you.
So
I
Morg,
have
wait.
every faith in you. Yeah, Morg, sorry, can you wait? Just a sec.
Great.
Sure, Morg, wait.
Okay. Should I do a med?
Oh,
Ralph?
Arcus, you want me to help you up on elevator?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right.
And then Morgan
Help of Morg.
lift him and put him up.
Yeah, if you want to do a medicine check, I want 3 successes, and you will effectively properly splint Ralph, which will enable him to be moved without risking causing him further damage. it won't enable him to be able to walk around about the place, but it will enable him to be able to be physically moved without risk of further problems.
And then Morg will move them.
Okay. I'll use an action point.
Oh, he doesn't go through the hole. Let's bend him in half, and then he can go through the hole.
Oh,
Oh,
How'd you know that's how Morg was gonna do it?
don't have any luck, so
That's okay. You can keep the 2 successes and bank it. It just takes longer.
you mean I can just try again?
You can try again, and all you need is an additional success at this point. It just takes longer to do.
Can I help him?
How would you help? How are you going to do that? Explain to me how you're going to do that, and I will.
I'm just going to tell him what he's meant to be doing. Yeah.
Tarkus,
No,
do you
no,
think?
you fucking idiot.
Do you think
not like that?
Do you think that a backseat medic is going to be helpful to you in this situation?
Tucker's going, oh, he's being delirious.
If you think that a backseat
checks
I'm
the
gonna
head for
fucking
wounds.
shoot you, so.
if you think a backseat medic is going to help you in this situation, by all means, take an extra die.
Yeah, listen, I won 1 success. All right, rolling more dice might get you another 20. So I
Okay.
think I'm just gonna do the 2 success, the 2 die.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
You fucking donkey.
Tarkus, you're confident. You've done everything that you need to do. The splint is entirely in place and everything's all good and ready to go.
Okay. Morg, can you help me down, please?
Do I get an action back at least?
Okay.
No action points for that one. Oh no! You can have an action point back. No, you scored more successes than you needed to.
Yeah.
You have succeeded. No, it's true. You have succeeded in doing so. Yeah.
Oh no. Well. Try stepping on it, Phil. Ralph.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to ask Morg to help me, and I'm going to try to get down off the top of the lift.
How about you
Okay.
try walking on top of the lift first before you go down?
So I should add, like, splinting him doesn't enable him to be able to walk. It just means that he can be moved without being
Oh, okay. Never mind.
risking further injury.
All right,
Or
let's
not,
get him
as the
moving.
case may be. We're about to find out.
So is Morg helping?
Ready? Yeah, Morg's about to grab him.
Okay,
All
Doesn't
right,
sound
Morg
nice.
is grabbing you now.
Okay.
excellent.
And then Morg reach up and grab him to bring him down.
Okay, Ralph, can you do me a small favour?
Hmm.
I would absolutely love it if you could roll me 4 combat dice, please.
Boy.
Oh, that's not bad. Can you just take the 1 point of damage for me, please?
You fucking twat.
So Morg grabs hold of you and pulls you. He reaches up, so it's a little bit awkward because he can't get through the gap himself. So he basically reaches up and kind of feels around for you, grabs hold of you, like gently, like he understands how strong he is, so he's not using excess strength, and he moves you towards the hatch, and takes the weight of your body and starts to bring you down. As you start to descend, one of the pieces of material that's used as a splint on your leg, there's a cracking sound, and it, as you're going through the process of being moved down, it snaps, and your leg kind of jerks slightly to the side. You lose consciousness for a brief moment. There's a scream. You don't hear the end of the scream, and you're like, "Who the hell's screaming?" And then you realise it's you as you're passing out. And Morg, you're now holding on to an unconscious Ralph, who briefly just sags in your arms, and then his eyes open and he starts to scream again.
What? Morg not drop you. Morg not drop you. You okay?
Do I know what's wrong? Do I? I mean, obviously it's my
yeah,
leg.
yeah, you know
Yeah.
it's your leg. You know it's
Right.
for definite it's your leg.
Okay. I will scream at Tarkus. It's my leg. It's my leg. You bloody moron! What have you done to my leg?
I applied the splint properly.
No, you clearly fucking didn't, did you? Get over here and sort it out.
Alright. this-
You want
I
Morg to keep holding him?
just place him down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
Morg will put him down
Take
gently.
the biggest sword you can find and ram it up Tarkus's backside repeatedly.
Belay that order.
As much as I did, yeah.
Wait, you want Morg to do what?
Don't worry about
That will
it.
make sword dirty.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so what do I need to roll now to fix the splint?
You don't need to roll to fix the splint. When you get down, you realise what's happened. It's basically you splinted him correctly. You did everything you were supposed to do. Perhaps your selection of the material to use for the splint, whereas Good Boy collected a whole bunch of different stuff, perhaps the one piece that splintered wasn't quite strong enough for the task at hand. You did everything correctly. It's just the material wasn't good enough for the job, and you could, without having to roll, you can replace that with any difficulty. You got enough successes on the original roll.
Replace. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna argue with the patient. Camera.
Can I ask Phil and Peter roll a single combat die for me, please?
Is there even a point in Peter rolling one since he has 2 radiation resistance?
Yes, because I can laugh when he gets an effect die come up. Neither of you get any radiation damage.
Okay.
It's only the effect. It's only the effects that
Only
give
the
you the
face,
radiation.
yeah?
Yeah, only the faces.
You know what we really need? We need to find some of that that serum that makes super mutants, and then just make them super mutants, and we don't have to worry about radiation damage anymore.
That might be a resolution.
Yeah.
I'm gonna administer my right away on Ralph.
Or will you do?
It's
I think Ralph might have his own.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily worry too hard about how many Radaways you're going to get at this moment in time. Like, all of them would be a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ralph's going to inject himself with a Radaway. Do I gain the hit points back?
Yeah, your maximum hit points go up. So you won't gain any extra. You won't heal anything.
I won't go back to 9.
No.
No. Okay, but my max goes up. Yeah.
Mhm.
all right.
So
I'm
that's
gonna.
like 4. So 15. 11.
I'm gonna then give Ralph my other right away in case it gets bad in the future and I'm not near him.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool.
Ralph, while you're injecting yourself with the Radaway, you hear a jingle in your pocket. The sound of caps jingling against one another, and you think back to a time not too long ago where you used to have more Radaway, but you sold some of it to a doctor on the surface in exchange for these.
Out of the goodness of my heart, yeah.
These
Because I was a nice person.
These small caps, and now you're thinking maybe ripping off that doctor wasn't necessarily the best of ideas.
Rip him off, sold it to him for a fair price.
Okay. Like maybe
Ripping off is when I get back to the surface, shoot him in the face, and take it all back. Yeah.
No,
that's not really
that's,
ripping off.
that's more robbery
Just
and
ripping.
murder.
Okay.
Suitable for the party.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Now
Ralph
that
is...
you're not in the party now, you just talk smack, huh?
Yep.
So you can... So Ralph is now splinted. the radiation core has been mostly repaired as much as you're able to do with the materials that you've got at hand. What are you doing now?
Okay,
Our
let
initial intent on
me.
coming down here. Sorry,
Yeah.
ECT. Our initial intent, mission to coming down here, yeah, was to what? Stop the ghouls? Because every time anybody came down here, they got really sick and attacked by monstrous ghouls. Yeah.
I mean, our objective was to loot a vault.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
I don't think we really care about to stop the ghouls or anything.
John
Just,
said it.
it's a vault, and we might find stuff that is valuable.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a selfish thing rather than an altruistic thing.
It wasn't.
It was, I want more stuff rather than I want to help these poor people who are having difficulties.
It's not either or, is it? It's both. We
We
have helped the poor people.
By
set
accident.
out from hope with the singular
Accident.
purpose of looting the vault. That's what we
shut
wanted
up.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good people.
Selfishness rather than
there's-
selflessness. Yeah.
This storyteller is
When we left
delusional as
home,
well.
we had
Delulu.
single objective of looting the vaults because we
Yeah.
did not know about the people in the shitty little settlements.
So
Now
your
that we
initial
do-
motivation must therefore have been, I want more
Initially,
stuff.
yeah. But my motivation can't be help people if I don't know there's people to be helped. can
Quite
it?
so, but
And
Yeah.
as soon as we found out there were, we're helping.
I think the
'Cause
motivation's
I-
still selfishness, and the altruism is a fortunate byproduct. You're
gotta do
accidentally
both,
doing
don't
you're accidentally doing something good for people.
I don't know about accidentally.
Who
We are-
doesn't want more stuff? We're not taking it from anyone. We're not killing people.
No,
It's just- yeah.
no, I'm not saying that looting in this circumstance is bad.
Selfish.
And I'm not necessarily saying that selfishness is bad. Selfishness is a perfectly reasonable human. Every human being on the planet is selfish. We are born selfish. The reason why babies cry is because they are selfish. They can't think of anybody but themselves. You have to learn empathy. It just so happens that your characters never did that.
I need this clip. This was
Fuck,
great.
empathy, it's overrated. It's mistranslated from Greek. It's a negative thing.
Is
Because-
that Tarkus saying? Or
Peter.
yep.
Okay, what are you doing?
Fuck all.
Cool.
Lying
Roll some more combat dice then, Phil.
No, wait. Tarkus is doing something. All right. Tarkus is gonna let Phil now that he's more stable and a bit less irradiated,
Mhm.
and is gonna move towards the room, see the exits, maybe go towards Prometheus, see what he's doing.
Okay, so you can
But-
see your assessment of the room. There are three effectively exits from this place. One is the lift shaft that you've just come down. No one saw that. Don't worry. That wasn't recorded and going to be on the internet forever. One is the lift shaft you just come down. One is the large door that Prometheus is currently tracking the cables of, which I forgot. I've got to come back to in a second. And one is the door with an electric light on the other side of it. Prometheus, I'm going to come back to you now. You did make a roll, didn't you?
I mean, I won't succeed, but yeah, I'll do the perception science Bergant roll.
Why do you think you won't succeed?
Because I have 0 science.
You can come out.
Yeah, but you've got loads of perception.
He needs.
Yeah, but you have
three.
to roll to get 2 successes in
Oh,
scales
2.
of skill, so it's impossible. Okay, let's go for the 12%. Okay, I'll use an action point.
Okay.
YOLO.
Jesus.
12%, baby.
Have liberty number 2.
Well.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close. You track some of the cabling and you track it back through the so there's conduits in this. You realize there are conduits in this mounted to the ceiling. So you track the cabling for the door mechanism up into those conduits, and you can see the conduits head back in the direction of the lift and the reactor room, but you kind of lose track of where the cabling is within it. There's lots of cables that run out, and you lose track as you get back towards that direction. It gives you a general idea that it's going to be back in that area, but you won't know for sure.
Okay, I'll let the party know that probably what powers the door is in the main room, like so we should search there in order to activate it, power it up again.
So is Prometheus in front of the main door?
Security door.
So there's a big security door that looks like a loading dock, and there's a security door, a normal human-sized security door. It's a vault door, but it's like a big, heavy one, which leads from the reactor room into another area. There's a glass panel in it, and there's light coming out of it.
Okay. Let's go all back to Ralph and discuss what we're gonna do next.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So we go back to Ralph. And okay, out of character, does Tarkus think we can move Ralph around, or we need?
Yeah.
we need to
Now
leave
these
him here?
now these fully splintered. You can move him without risking causing him further damage. He's not going to be able to walk. He's going to have to be carried or dragged. But it will be safe to move him now.
So, could we do Liberty's idea of like mounting someone on Good Boy?
Could it be done? Yeah. Is he
Yeah?
going to be
No.
prepared to do that? Maybe not.
Which one?
Are you are you raising that as a suggestion?
Maybe like a reindeer, you know, like to like, you know, like tie him
You
up
want
and then
me
he
to
gets
sit on
dragged
the
like a
back?
sled.
You want me to sit on the back of a robot dog with a nuke strapped to his back? You basically want me to sit on top of a nuke.
Okay, do you want to sit on Morg or Good Boy? Like, which
Morg, are
ride
you
do
okay
you
to help?
prefer? Great. So you want to be on the guy who's gonna go into melee?
I want
Be
Morg
clear.
to help me. Morg can put me down and then go into melee if Morg is happy to do that.
All right.
I'm perfectly happy with that idea. That sounds like a great idea.
Morg carry boss. All right, Morg will pick you up now,
Okay.
gently, and then carry you gently as Morg can.
Okay, thank you, Morg.
Super mutant.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna grab him gently and then pick him up.
Okay, which way?
You know, a malicious storyteller would make him make strength rolls every time you picked him up to see if you hurt him in the process, right? Like, I'm not a malicious storyteller, so I'm not going to make you do that. But I'm just like,
Yeah, sure. The mental gymnastics to appear like a saint, or we're in a hellhole getting irradiated.
okay, you pick up Ralph without any difficulty, almost like he's almost weightless to you.
And his name is George, and I'm gonna stroke him and pet him and
Super mutant carrying a dude with a shotgun is pretty hardcore.
So
You're like a chariot of death.
we've got the lift back up. We've got a door ahead of us. What's the other exit?
There is a door that comes out of the reactor room itself. There's a hole in the wall which gives you access to it at the moment, right? Which ordinarily wouldn't be there. There is a door that goes from the radiation room, from the reactor room, into another area that you haven't seen yet.
Okay.
There is a glass panel in that door, and it is letting electric lighting out. It's the only electric lighting you've seen in this place.
Let's head for that.
Okay.
I like to imagine also Morg is like kind of like moving him around so he can see everything.
Yeah, my head does move, Morg. Yeah, you don't have to move me. My head moves.
It's
Yeah.
funnier this way.
It's less effort this way.
I think maybe Morg is trying to see because he has like ties like here. Like Morg is trying to turn around and see. So they've been doing it for Ralph.
So shall we go to the security door with the electricity?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to the security door. You can see through once you approach it. You can see through the glass panel. It's thick. It's probably about about 3 inches thick. On the other side of the door, you can see a brightly lit, what looks like a fully stocked laboratory. There's electric lighting on. It looks like emergency lighting. You can see terminals in here. You can see chem stations in here. There is a lot of equipment. There's chemical, lots of chemical processes that are obviously not working, but at some point were busy terminals. There are a couple of corpses in here, not ghouls specifically, skeletons. One lying on the floor in sort of one arm stretched out, another sitting in a chair. Its skull kind of backwards and leaning up against the chair itself, and you can see a pistol in its lap. Beyond the working area of the lab, there's a slightly larger area, and you can see tanks, cryo tanks, similar to the ones that you could see through the viewing glass into the main shaft that had all of the ghouls in cryo storage.
How do we get in?
There is an access panel, and there is power to this access panel, but it is locked. Tarkus, you think that you could probably interface your Pip-Boy into it, and you might be able to hack it.
All right. I'm gonna go try to open them.
Okay, make an intelligence plus science check for me, please. No dice. You try to hack the terminal, and the security is a little tougher than you expected. It doesn't preclude you from trying again.
I'll try again.
Ralph, do me a favor.
Yep.
Roll a combat die for me.
I move a little bit behind the, away from the group, away from the panel.
Oh my god.
Just the one radiation damage there, Ralph.
Yep.
It's alright. Any day now, I'll hack through this thing.
No, hurry.
Look at that.
Okay, so it takes you time. The security software on this terminal seems to be tougher than you imagined it would be, and it takes you a bit longer than you were expecting. Minutes pass, and then there is a hum, a click, and the door slides open. It slides open about halfway, stops and judders for a second, and looks like it's going to stay like that, and then it kind of starts up again and pulls its way out of the way. As it does so, fresh air pours out of the lab and hits you in the face. It smells nice in here.
What does it smell like?
It smells like fresh air. It doesn't smell like the stale air, the radiated environment that you've just come from. It smells like a fresh, environmentally controlled area.
Right, let's get in here and shut the door.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
I'll try to shut the door.
You walk in and you press the door controls, and the door slides, and again it gets stuck about halfway, and it doesn't look like it's going to close for a second, and then it slowly gets over whatever its problem was and closes and seals behind you. As the door seals, the clicking of your radiation detector stops.
Hooray.
Yippee.
You can feel a breeze in here, like there's air conditioning that's going on. The temperature is much more comfortable in here. The climate, the humidity, everything is controlled, and obviously controlled in here, and the environmental controls have obviously survived the test of time.
Okay. Can I loot the place
So
for meds and stuff?
yeah, do you make a perception survival check for me?
His favorite.
He's back.
Obviously. Is this one of those that, depending of the successes, we get more?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use an action point for this then. Great.
Oh, what you say?
Thank
Okay.
God I used an action point.
So you-
Welcome to the Fail Club.
So you find a few things, but you don't find as much as you were expecting to find in here. So you'll find a bunch of chemicals, but they're raw materials more than anything else. You do find one radaway and one stimpack. You find a number of preserved food containers that have clearly been eaten. There isn't a scrap of food or water in the place. Oh no, that's a lie. There's water, but there's no food. There isn't bottles of water. There's a dispenser which you can turn on and it will dispense water. You don't know exactly how much is available, but there is clean cold water dispensed from a tap on the wall. There obviously was food in here at some point, but it's long since been eaten, probably by the inhabitants that are lying dead on the floor. But yeah, you find a couple of bits. The other thing that you notice while you're looking around the place, though, more critically, is there are 4 cryo tanks in the larger area of the lab. 3 of the cryo tanks are obviously powered off, and there are skeletal corpses floating in a kind of bluish fluid of some description. One of the tanks has power. It's lit up quite brightly, and on the inside you can see the fluid is moving. It's like it's being constantly rotated. And inside you can see the form of a woman. That's what you can see. You also can see that there is there are 2 doors out of this place. There's 2 doors, one on the north, one on the east.
Okay, it's just like after I finish looting, I'll go to Ralph with the Radway and the Stimpack. And I'll ask
very
him,
much.
like, do you want me to administer them for you?
No,
Chief?
no, it's good. No, all right.
Okay, then I'll throw him on his face and I'll leave.
You what?
Here's your chems.
Stupid robot. So this female in the tank, yeah?
Yeah.
Clothed, geared up.
What? Well,
Ghoulish?
what does she look like?
Yeah.
What does she look like? Sarah, why don't you give us a description of what she looks like?
She does not look ghoulish. She is definitely clothed. Clothed.
Clothed, yep.
Yeah. You're not sure whether she's armored because there's too much like blue fluid going on around, but she definitely has some clothes.
I imagine
she
she's
looks,
probably wearing a wetsuit.
like a vault wetsuit.
Yeah, she's wearing like a vault suit. Yeah.
A vault suit, yeah.
You're right. She's wearing a vault suit because when she went into the tank in the first place, there's no point in wearing any normal clothes.
Yeah. So she's wearing a vault suit, and she looks human.
Pretty?
Depends.
Should we see a picture of her?
Yeah, we can see a picture of her. Should I send it to the chat?
Yeah, put it in the general chat.
That's our first loot. We can sell her to Wolf Creek.
First slave.
Billy bonus.
1 second.
As a peace offering.
Yeah.
Well, this is like how she normally looks like, no vault suit, okay?
So you promised us some soldiers. Here's another worker for you. Ooh.
Okay.
Have you got the eye thing on?
She probably does not.
Okay. And as long as she's not holding that giant needle, I'm happy.
Well, the needle is probably somewhere around, closer than the eye thing, certainly.
Okay. Well, let's keep you away from that. Cool. All right. Is it science or medicine to unlock that?
Science.
All right, I'll try to
I hope
unlock
you didn't
that.
spend a lot
I'm
of time
here.
on that character because it's a science roll to get you out, and that means Tarkus. God help you.
Sorry you spent
You
all that
can't do
time.
it.
Sorry you spent time that time creating that character.
I hope that Tarkus will not fail his intelligence roll twice.
Oh, she's wearing a white coat
Yeah.
now. Nice.
Maybe we roll a 20 and you were it for nothing.
It-
Hey,
Out of character. Peter, let's see your roll.
Yeah. Okay. What do I need to roll? I mean, how many successes do I need to roll?
Intelligence science. Just roll and tell me how many. Well, it's difficulty 2. Let's say difficulty 2.
All right. Roll 3 dice for more 20s.
Always roll more 20.
I'm gonna use an action point. Plus 20. Plus 20.
Come
Plus
on,
20.
20s. Come on,
Plus
20s. Come on, 20s.
5.
Hey, got it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the action point back.
the controls
Thanks.
are more complicated than they first appear, but you, Tarkus has probably seen diagrams of similar mechanisms before, and works through his memory to figure it out. The process
I think
takes.
you're going to say similar women there, but
Yeah, he's seen similar women before, and that spurs him on to figure out how to open it. It takes probably about 10 minutes or so for you to go through all of the processes. It's quite delicate, and eventually there is a click, and the sound of a pump kicking in, and the fluid slowly drains out of the tank. Once the fluid is gone, there is a set of fans turn on inside the mechanism and blow the gel off most of the gel off the body. Water sprays onto her body, effectively cleaning her off completely, and then the fans kick into overdrive and dry her off. The whole process takes a couple of minutes, but she's basically bone dry by the time it's finished. As that process finishes, her eyes flicker open. And
What do I see?
you can see through there's a large glass window, and you can see the 5 of these companions standing looking in.
Oh.
There is a click
hello.
as the locking mechanisms disengage, and the front of the pod slides inwards and then rotates around, opening the pod up directly in front of you.
I will immediately catch onto the edges of the pod. I will look at them, look at Morg for a bit longer than the rest, but not with fear, with amazement. And I will say, "What year is it? What year is it? What year is it?"
Do we know what
Oh.
year it is, Chris, off the top of our head?
I imagine Prometheus will know what year it is because he has an internal clock.
Yeah.
And Tarkus might have
I
an
think
idea.
the first episode of this series also knows what year it is.
It's
I bet.
I can't remember what year it is. 22 something or other. I might have it written down somewhere.
Okay,
What is a year?
Tarkus tells her the current year.
You got to tell her
Oh.
3 times.
Oh, yeah, that
She
tells
said,
her.
what year is it? What year is it? What year it is?
Yeah.
You should have said 2022, 2022, 2022. You see,
Yep.
that would have
So-
been humorous, Tarkus.
So like when she like grabs the edges of the pod, like Tarkus jumps, like it's like sudden, like he just gets spooked. So when she like starts asking what year is it, like on the second time she asks, like he just blurts it out because she's like spooked. Like the second time she asked it.
Oh, that's how many years since 2086? Wait.
Okay. So Tarkus deadpans turns around to Ralph. Oh no, I think she hit her head.
I'm turning around.
I think she's just
Oh my
come out
God.
of trial. So what year did you go in, miss?
It's Doctor, and wait a second. Well, oh my God, he's dead, and he's dead. Did you guys break this?
Wow.
You look like
No.
you look
Awfully
like
snippy.
you
Awfully
look
snippy
like
for
guys
someone
who
who's
break
just
things.
been rescued. Yeah. These were all broken, Doctor, and then we found you and we decided to let you out because we're nice people. What year did you get? What year did you start?
2286. I guess that was.
I guess that's all from the future, right?
I was going to say, yeah, because we were about 220 something. That's
No,
amazing.
I think it's 2268 or something like that now. So you've been basically in there about 200 years.
No, it said 228.
No,
Is it like this is from the
wait,
future? Then
Wait.
You've
I'm
been in there
confused,
minus
wait.
30 years. Brilliant. Okay.
am I still alive? Back then or forward then?
Sarah,
If we
from
go
your
back minus 30 years, I won't be quite as bust up. So that's a good thing.
Oh, okay. I remember the wrong year from the thing.
Is Morg king yet?
Sarah,
I don't know, but
it's-
apparently in the future, anyone can be a bloody doctor.
Wait, maybe everything is mixed up. All right, like I can't believe this. What is
Morg,
this?
th-
What
Tarkus
don't
is
think
this?
that-
Who is this? And
I
and
don't
she
know,
points-
boss. She's kind of lying. Like there's no way she's from the future. I don't know if we can trust her.
Who is when you say who is this? Who are you pointing at?
When I say who is this, I
Mhm.
point towards Morg. Like who is this? And then I correct and I say, what is this?
It's more.
Morg. A super mutant.
Super mutant, like a juggernaut?
Yeah,
Wait,
that sounds
You're a
good.
juggernaut? Oh my God, they've perfected them. I'm
He's a-
so happy.
he's a bit small for a juggernaut.
What? No. Morg big.
Well, I guess they changed the color, and maybe they weren't happy that it was so big, which I obviously would not understand since size is the most important thing. But anyway, my name is Dr. Rosalind Palmer, and I am a fertility doctor of this clinic.
When she mentions her name, that rings a bell with you. There was a list of scientists in the control room right on the top floor. And that's the name of the scientist that was not recorded as deceased.
Okay.
And who are you
Congratulations.
guys?
You're the sole survivor of this entire facility. I'm Prometheus, by the way. Pleased
Ah.
to meet you.
As far as we can tell.
Nice, Mr. Hand Robot. You look like you're a little bit out of shape. You're like a bit dark, but
Out
nothing
of
that can be
flamer
fixed.
fuel.
Oh,
Mm.
I've actually got some in my locker. If we
Oh.
can get it open.
That'd be great. Where's the locker?
Wait, first, who are you, nice person?
Wow, who are you talking to now?
You said you were a nice person.
Oh right, okay,
right?
right, you believe that.
Yeah, no wonder you're surprised by that.
Yeah, Borg is still holding him, by the way. So.
Yeah, you look like you need my help.
My name is Ralph, Lucky Ralph, and yeah, I could use some help.
Alright, well,
I'm
we'll
not sure
take
if
care of you
fertility doctor
soon.
is going to help much, but yeah, I could use some help. And this is Tarkus.
Hi,
Hello.
Darkus. And this is Morg, huh? A super mutant. Well,
Yes,
Morg.
nice to meet you,
Oh,
frozen
right,
lady.
put that mic on.
Alright,
stand.
Morg. Alright, Morg. I have an important question for you. Now, like, Rosalind goes on and on, like, with some scientific details, things about that Morg you have no idea, have never heard about. But she keeps asking you, so, okay, how many times exactly did you drink the FEV per day? And did you, like, take it also intravenously or not?
Tarkus, you've heard of FEV? That's something that they talked about in the Brotherhood. That was in some of the records of the Brotherhood.
Yeah. How do you know about the FEV?
Oh, simple. I am one of the people who made it. 1 second. Can I switch off the camera because I'm getting a bug or not? Like real quickly for a second.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
won't
it's
mess
fine.
with the.
No, mess it and then it'll come back. It's fine.
Morg don't remember. Morg remembers being super mutant.
I see. I look at Tarkus since he mentioned the FEV, and I say, "What do you know about the FEV?" He's FEV'd, right?
Yeah, all super mutants are. Why did you make the FEV? It's
Cool.
like it's a real plague nowadays.
Well, it's a long story, and your friend seems like he doesn't have that much time, so maybe I should just check my locker first. And then we can talk about this on our way out. There's like a hatch. You guys came from the hatch, right?
No, we came from the lift.
Oh. You mean... Wait. She looks... Can I see the explosion? Like, the, where the...
I mean, if you go to the door and look through the viewing glass and security door, you'll be able to see it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so in that moment, Rosalind will just move past them, look through the door, like try to walk basically, since it's going to be very difficult, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit disorienting.
And she will look through, see the explosion, and she will be like, "Oh, well, did you guys get irradiated out there?"
Just a tad.
No.
Oh god.
No.
Yes.
Morg don't get irradiated.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Like, Dr. Bell really messed this one up. Anyway, let's get to my locker, shall we? I have something really nice hidden down there that might help with the juggernauts. You've met them, right?
No.
No. Is it look like Morg? Like you implied, we haven't met any juggernauts yet.
Oh no. Well,
Morg's
they look
met
like
other super mutants, though.
they look like Morg, but they're not green and they're larger than him. That's all you need to know for now. And
Boy.
also, we want to avoid them, ideally. So I'm gonna bend like I'm assuming that my personal locker will be somewhere around my cryo.
Your locker is built into the base of the cryo tank. So yes, you can access it relatively easily.
And I want to open my locker.
Okay.
And inside,
you reach down and place your thumb on the bio lock. You feel a sharp pinprick, and there is a click, and a drawer slides out, and inside all of your personal effects.
While she's doing that, I'm going to whisper to Tarkus. Still selling her to Wolf Creek, right?
Sir, what?
We're still selling her to Wolf Creek, right?
So far, so good. Yeah.
Cool.
So I look through my things, and then I take out something massive. It is. I turn around, holding it.
It hits me in the like.
I turn around like this, holding it, and I say hello to my big friend. This is my electrified junk jet, my best friend.
What does it do?
It's a junk jet. It throws junk. And you guys don't look like junk,
so how did you get in there?
Is he trying to be funny right now? I look at the boss of the group. Is he trying to be funny?
Yeah.
He's always funny.
Good one, little boy.
It's gonna heal us up.
Wait. I drop my junk jet very gently, since you can see I am very attached to this gun. I turn around, I look through my things, and I pull out a super duper stim pack.
So this
wave it around.
It's like a patented name.
So yeah, so this thing. You guys have never seen one of these things before. It looks like it's got the kind of Stimpack stylization to it, but it's a thing that effectively it's like a thing that will effectively go onto your back. It looks a little bit like a weightlifting belt that you strap on onto the body, and it's got the cylinders from a number of Stimpaks built into it, but there's other mechanisms built into it as well.
So I wave this around, and I'm like, so, you're the boss man, right? I heard him call you that. How about we patch you up before we get out of here?
Sounds good to me. You have to get rid
Yeah.
of all the radiation damage first.
All right, we'll deal with that as we go along. But first, I would like to just you guys to tell me something. Why are you here? Why did you get me out? Like you're here
knew
to
there was a vault. We know it's been abandoned for years. We came to plunder it. We met a
Great.
settlement who said that anybody who tried to get into the vault was attacked by mad irradiated ghouls.
Oh, the blinded.
And also got irradiated themselves. We, through absolute generosity, gave them as much of the rad away as we could, and then came down here to stop it happening again.
I see. So these ghouls you're talking about, they can't see, right?
Well, they can see.
So
The ones that have been attacking you don't really like their eyes are they're like the ones that you've seen before. They don't like their eyes have either healed over or have gone like a milky kind of color, and they seem to be reacting more through sound and smell than anything else.
So the blinded ones got out then. Well, that's a shame. You guys put them down, right?
Oh yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah. There's a lot more. We put down the ones that are in here.
They are in the other town as well. Like they have spread outside the vault.
Oh yeah, we killed them.
Oh,
All the ones that are outside the vault we took out.
I mean, the ones
What?
we found. Who knows how many more there are we haven't found?
So you guys are telling me that the world out there is a mess,
Oh
but
yeah.
you thought that it was a good idea to wake me up. All right, I guess.
Hey,
well,
lady, feel
back in if you
free.
want.
You can go back in. Like no one's stopping you.
actually, I
Look,
think I can.
It's not that bad a place. We'll go to somewhere called Wolf Creek. You'll love it there.
Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
Do I have any memory of a place called Wolf Creek from before, a town or not? DM?
Yeah, you probably do on the other side of the river in Kentucky.
Oh, that place in Kentucky. Yeah. So you guys are from there, right?
No. We're just friends with the people from there, and occasionally we drop off waifs and strays that we find who need some help.
Strays. Well, I think you are the one who needs help right now, so maybe you want to change your tone with me. Sit down. Let's take a look at you.
The
Or
moment
put him
this
down
happens-
where?
Down there's
put
chairs.
him down.
There's like office chairs in various places around the place. You can put them into a chair easy enough.
All right, Morgan will like
So-
get a chair and then gently put
Ralph.
Lucky Ralph in the chair.
So, how many injuries do you have?
My arm's pretty messed up. My leg is broken. My ribs are broken. I've got a puncture wound where I was impaled, and I have a punctured lung.
How the hell did you get a punctured lung?
How did I get a punctured lung?
He fell from the elevator. Like it was pretty high up.
I see. And all right, let's take a look. So,
Okay, before we do that, we're going to draw a veil over the session here, and we'll come back next time and we'll start off with rolls to see if your new companion can do even more damage to you through medicine checks.
Epic. We having a quick break, yeah?
Yeah. we see our newest companion, perhaps for the shortest time possible, consulting over the injuries of Ralph. Take it away, Rosalind.
So, Ralph, was it? How old are you?
What the hell is that got to do anything?
This is a doctor's appointment, just a little bit unofficial. I need to
Oh,
refresh
no.
my memory.
I've got a broken leg. I've been impaled, and I've got a punctured lung. How bloody
So-
old am I?
so-
26.
All right, thank you. And your blood type?
Oh. My God. Why are you asking this question?
Oh, all right, I got it. Oh, it is. All right.
It's red.
Do you think that puncture in the
no.
lung could be hereditary, miss?
Probably not, but his lung could have been weakened. And if somebody tried to, perhaps botch a treatment on him, it would be easier to do it. Anyway, I am, as I said earlier, a fertility doctor. I don't know if you guys know any terms, an endocrinologist. So this is not really my area of expertise. However, fixing things is. Let's get down to it. All right, so now I want to make a roll. I would like to try to heal his injuries before I try to heal his HP.
Okay.
That can be done with the Super Duper pack, I believe.
Can. So you just need to make an intelligence plus medicine roll.
Yeah.
The difficulty is going to be 2 plus the number of conditions that he's currently facing.
Okay.
But success will do what the super duper the success will work as it would do normally, plus the effects of the super duper stim pack.
All right. I also want to ask something and add that I have the medic perk, which means that I get to reroll 1 whenever I'm trying to treat an injury. If I get a 20, can I reroll a 20?
You cannot reroll the 20.
Okay.
But what the consequences of a 20 in this case is you'll get all of the success, all of the effects of whatever it is that you're doing will work, but a 20 will apply an additional condition to him. So in the process of doing whatever you're doing, you will cause damage in some other area.
Okay. So with the Super Duper, I can heal 2 injuries, I believe, if I succeed. So how many successes do I need for that?
How many conditions do you have? How many injuries do you have, Ralph?
4, I believe.
4. So the difficulty of the roll is...
Leg. Or 5. Arm, leg, ribs. Puncture wound? Is that a condition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punctured lung.
And punctured lung. Funny how that happened.
Oh, no, the puncture wound
isn't it 1?
The puncture wound isn't a critical injury. So arm, leg, punctured lung.
Oh, the ribs, yeah.
Yeah, that's just damage.
Okay.
So it's 3. So you've got 3 conditions, 3 injuries. So the difficulty of the roll is going to be a total of 5.
How many action points does the group have, and did they get 1 by me joining?
No, they didn't get 1 by you joining.
Because it's a bigger group.
No, because it's max 6, and we.
I didn't reduce it. I didn't reduce their pool. To be fair, that's a good point. I should have reduced their pool.
No, because goodbye also counts, so we were already
at 5. Yeah.
Okay. So how many action points does the group have at this point? 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
With that, I can if I use 1 action point, I get 1 dice, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be like, all right, you. I point towards Tarkus. You look like you know at least a little bit about medicine. So how about you come here and help me by holding him down?
Fucking useless.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, come here, good boy. Wait, and when I say that, does good boy say?
Yes.
Oh my God, what is this? A canine dog? Good boy, come here.
His tail is wagging, but he's looking unimpressed. Like you've said the magic words that makes his tail wag.
Strange dog. Anyway, let's do this. So I want to use 1 action point to get 1 extra dice, and Tark is helping me is another one, right?
Correct.
So I get 4
Yay.
in total. Let me
So you
get
need
to-
5 successes, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I can't do anything else, right? Like that's it.
I mean, if other people want to help you, they can help you.
Can anyone else justify how they would help me?
While this is all happening, I am rummaging your locket because you said there's flamer fuel and you are focusing on unimportant stuff, so I'm not even paying attention.
Can I help, Chris?
Actually, the flamer fuel, I've already looted it. So, right, because I took all
It's
of my
empty?
stuff.
Oh.
So you gotta ask me. It's right here in this amazing pocket, right? Where is
Amazing pocket, amazing duper steam pack. Everything's amazing,
everything.
super duper.
Everything is super duper amazing with
I
me.
mean, this is all pre-war tech. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
In answer to your question, Phil, can you help? I don't know. Can you help? How would you help?
Well, I'm a medic,
Hold in.
so I can tell her. Yeah, so I can tell her exactly what's wrong. So I probably know more than Zarkus what's actually wrong, where the break
Yeah,
is.
I mean, you know
I'm
more about
also
your
a
own condition.
medic, all right?
Yeah,
I
but
have
shit,
medicine tagged. I'm
Yeah,
just a
me
bit
too.
stressed, okay?
You're
We're
crap at
full
it,
of
yeah.
doctors.
Yes. Okay. You can also help by giving detailed information about how you're feeling and about where the actual injuries are. Yeah.
Before you decide to do that, by the way, I want to say that I have medicine 6. So, like, I'm counting on getting 1 of those. Like, I don't know if we should risk another dice. Maybe we get a 20. I don't know.
5%.
So if you want it.
And I can only
5
help
times
if
5.
there's surgical stuff involved, I guess, If there's no
Right.
surgery involved, then
I'm.
probably not.
What are the things that are like the most dire? Like, not the puncture wound on his lung, I guess. It's the arm and the leg, or not?
So the puncture wound in his lung is pretty bad, but his arm and his leg is stopping him from being able to move and interact with the world. So he's having to be carried.
Yeah, we're going to be working on the hand and the arm, and yeah, I'll take the help. So we'll go 5 dice.
Okay.
YOLO. Oh my god!
Jesus.
Alright, yes. I work on it perfectly.
Okay.
You feel no pain.
So between your efforts, and the awesome help that is Good Boy sitting, watching, looking unimpressed and wagging his tail, you attach the super duper stim pack to his spine. It's literally a belt that goes around his midriff, and you start working on his injuries. I imagine Dr. Palmer probably scoffing at the basic nature of the splints on his arms and legs, and probably moves around the lab finding better materials. In the process of doing so, she's obviously working with how the super duper stim pack is designed to function, and over time, it's excruciatingly painful. You can feel your bones knitting back together in the process of this happening, and your assistance is really helpful at the start, but you become incoherent with pain in the process of this.
Right, we've got no painkillers here, Doc.
You're a man. Be silent. I'm from 200 years ago, okay?
I think Wolf Creek might hate us even more actually after this.
This is 100% successful. You scored more successes than you needed by 3. You can either put those 3 into action points, or you could use 2 of your successes to heal an additional wound.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
Okay,
And
so
then
it will also repair his punctured lung. He's going to heal some hit points in the process of this, because that's what the super duper stim pack is intended for. So you can heal. How many do you get extra for your medic perk?
I have also another perk, healer. Let me just check. Yeah, it's plus. Okay, when you heal a patient's HP, increase the amount of HP healed +1 per rank. I have rank 1, so
Okay.
he gets 1 extra.
So you would heal 7 hit points. There is a downside to all of this. I need you to roll 4 combat dice for me.
Happy
Me?
days.
No, no Phil. So you just take the 1 radiation damage.
Right. Okay, so I've got 5 hit points. The max I can go on to is 7.
Okay, so that puts you.
Can I ask something? I have a perk called Chemist. Are there, since you mentioned earlier that there are things in this lab that I could, can I make a Radaway and put it into him?
You could try and do that, yeah.
Okay, I would like to try and do that.
Make a... what's the roll for it? It'd be an intelligence science check. Let's say it's 3 successes.
Okay, I didn't know this would be science, so I don't have it tagged. Rip. Anyone with a science tag that can help?
Hawkins has the science tag.
I have it tagged. I
Well,
mean,
help
does that make me
No.
a scientist, Dr. Ralph?
Hobbyist, maybe.
Dr. Ralph? You mean Dr. Palmer or Dr. Rose? You
No,
can
I'm
call
just
me
talking
anyone.
Dr. Ralph, because I'm not a medic, even though I have it tagged, but maybe I'm a scientist, maybe.
Hey,
Yeah, have you got wanker tags on your character sheet?
Morg can help you. Tell Morg what to do. Morg, do it.
That's true.
You and I, Morg, we are going to have
Would
a
you
very
focus?
long conversation later. But right now, he is doing a great job at being my errand boy. Tarkus, help me with this, please.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm helping with making whatever she wants.
Right away. Yeah. Okay,
But
so
so it's super duper whooper right away. It's normal.
it is a pretty cool Radaway.
Oh, pretty cool right away.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
So intelligence, science. How many successes do I need?
3.
All right, I'm gonna add an extra dice for that 1 action point that I got from the previous roll.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
So we're at 1. Right?
All right, I'm gonna use 1 luck point to roll one of these.
Okay.
Damn.
Do you want to keep going?
Can I get it with 2 successes in some way or not?
No, you haven't succeeded in it, but you can spend more luck points if you want to. You can keep spending luck points until you've got none left.
We already have 1 right away, I think, right? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
spend any more luck points. Okay, can I with 2 successes make the Radaway better somehow?
the bargaining.
Like make it a super duper Radaway.
Well, you could make concentrate. So you could concentrate it. Yes, all right. I'll allow it in this particular case.
All right,
you could make concentrate, which would give it additional 2 points of radiation healing.
Yep,
Each
so
one is now 6, yeah?
No, one of them is now 6.
And the other one is 4, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm going to
So-
use them both and take 10 off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will be, because I'm a kind and beneficent storyteller, I will allow that to happen while the super duper stim pack is working.
Right.
Allowing
will
you
stab him.
to recover your 10 maximum health back up, and then whatever healing that you would have gained properly from the super duper pack will apply properly.
Okay.
Should I roll for the healing for the pack?
No, that's happened already.
no.
That's already
Ah, okay.
that's already done.
Remember how much I healed from the pack?
7 in total.
Because 6 plus 1.
So your maximum health will go up by 10.
Yeah.
And then you'll gain 7 from whatever you were
7,
originally
right.
on in the first place. So
All right.
you're not quite full,
I'm
but
on
you're a lot
12
better off.
hit points, and I'm on a maximum of 18 from 21. So yeah.
And over this period of time, as your bones knit back together again, you can feel your an intense pain in your chest as your lung starts to heal itself. Eventually, that subsides, and you have full range of motion in your arm, full range of motion in your leg. The wound in your side is closed up, although you still have internal damage, and your lung is healed. So all of your conditions have been removed.
So,
you, Doc.
Ralph, you're all done. We will be conducting a checkup every 3 days for the first 1 week, and then you will talk to your family doctor. Wait. Yeah, these things don't exist anymore, do
No,
they?
I'll just talk to you.
God damn it.
Well,
Yeah.
we have doctor accommodation.
Yeah, we have a family doctor.
Yeah, that's your family doctor, doctor accommodation.
Great. Yeah, he can do the checkup for you then in case we get separated on the way. Thanks for the help, Tarkus, was it? You're
Correct.
are you also a doctor? Perhaps a student? There's still universities, right?
No.
No, let's say I've picked up a few things during my lifetime out in the wilderness.
You probably consider yourself to be a field medic.
Yeah, a field medic. Yeah.
A field medic. All right, yeah, that will certainly do. Well, before we go, there are a couple of things we should probably take from here, since nobody else will ever come here again. Hopefully, there is a. Do I know what the 2 doors that are there, like each one, where they go, right?
Yeah.
So I know there is a cold storage area and the stock room.
Yeah. You
One
also
is
know
one,
that
one is the other.
one of the doors leads into the warehouse area that is effectively the stock room. It's a corridor that has stock rooms that come off of it, and beyond that is the cold storage area. The other door leads into the residential section of the vault.
Okay, yeah, that stays closed. We are not going there. You guys said you didn't meet any of the juggernauts.
No, we wouldn't know.
Probably wanted to stay that way, since they made quite a big mess last time they were out, and that probably was too many years ago at this point to count. So I think we should make our way towards the storeroom whenever you guys are ready. I'm gonna pick up my gun.
Storeroom sounds good.
So one thing that you will note, you will know, Rosalind, the lights on in here are emergency lights, which means there's no power to the rest of the facility. So the lab is on a separate emergency generator, which is the only reason why you survived this. But the main power is currently off.
You do need to get to the generators. Good point.
Oh, do I know where the generators are?
You could turn the power on from in here. You could turn the power on to the entire facility from in here, or you could power individual sections from in here.
So we need the lift powered up, if that's how we're going to get out of here.
But
you mentioned a hatch.
Yeah, I was about to say the lift, I would guess, is in the way of all of the residents that may or may not be human anymore. So probably we should be going through the exit hatch, which is on the other side of the cold storage area where we want to go anyway, since all of the meds that we've made are there. There's probably more than just meds, actually.
So, Chris, when we came in here, was there any way for anything to get out, or when we cleared the zombies, the mutants, from the caverns, then we went into the vault.
Yeah.
The doors weren't open, were they?
Yeah. So you saw that main viewing area that looked down into the shaft that had all the cryo tanks in it.
Yeah.
And you could see the doors on each of the levels, the 23 levels going down. Some of those doors were broken open, some of them were closed, and you could see a lot of ghouls milling around within that within the gantry area.
Can they get up and out of the vault?
Yeah, you think they probably could.
Right, so we'll tell Rosalind what we've seen, and that even if we go out through the hatch, we need to find a way to seal this vault so that more ghouls don't come out.
That should probably be done from right here, since we can turn on the power, but I don't know if it's working. Let me check. I turn on my Pip-Boy. I have one, right? and I go towards. There should be some type of computer that
There is a
would
whole
do the
bunch of
power?
panels and terminals. You know what, like, this is your lab. You know exactly how this works. You find the main power control system and connect into it. Power is currently off. There is a diagnostic error that comes up when you look at it, which reports that when you go into the folder, there are diagnostic reports every 15 minutes for the last 200 years, reporting that reactor 3 has suffered critical damage. That finished about half an hour ago.
I'm gonna turn around to the group and I'm going to be like, "Did any one of you fix the reactor?
Arcus did.
Is it functional?"
Did best as I could to fix the shielding so we don't get radiated anymore.
But turning on the power could potentially make it explode again, just like it happened to Dr. Bell. I don't know if this is a good idea. Perhaps, do I know how many reactors there are in total?
There
'Cause
are-
you said reactor 3.
There are 8 reactors. Reactor 3 is the one that was damaged. All the others are reporting containment's perfectly fine. There is a containment breach on Reactor 3, but it's minimal. So you've got 200 years of every 15 minutes there's a diagnostic report to say critical failure, and then in the last half an hour you have 2 diagnostic reports to say minor breach on Reactor 3.
Okay, so technically, like, could I, with the power, could I switch off reactor 3?
You need all the reactors online in order to power the base. So you think make an intelligence science check. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, I didn't know that there would be so many science checks for this type of character, so I kind of messed up. I didn't.
No.
That-
It just means that you're a medical doctor. You're not a science
Yeah.
doctor. Science is in the wheelhouse of other people as well.
Yeah.
AKA Tarkus.
Yeah.
I exist.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You don't know.
All right. I turn to Tarkus, and I ask you, what exactly am I trying to figure out?
What will happen if you turn the power on?
Okay. I turn to Tarkus and I explain to him the situation, and I
mean,
say only reactor 3
he's
has...
clearly a nuclear physicist. If he's repaired the reactor core, he's clearly a nuclear physicist.
I tell him, come along, look at these screens, and tell me what do you think. What will happen if we
I look
turn
at the
on
screens.
power?
What do I think?
Make an intelligence science check.
I'm making an intelligence science check. I think
So you can get the power back on again, but because that reactor is damaged, it will probably fail again, and it may fail cataclysmically, but it probably won't happen immediately. It's difficult to tell how long it's going to take, but it's very likely that reactor will fail, and if it does, there's a chance that it might not just be a simple explosion, it might be a chain reaction.
Oh, so we're on a timer.
if we turn it on.
If we turn it on. But if we don't turn it on, then we will have trouble getting out of here
We not
either way.
use just 3 of the reactors, Chris, to power some of the base. We don't want to power all of the base. But can we not use?
You need to bring the reactors online.
Yeah, that's why I asked if we can just like switch off power.
Or you could not. Or you could just
leave.
You could leave the power turned off and find an alternative exit.
DM, do I have since I have power in the lab, do I have my notes here?
The lab is on emergency power only, so the lights and environmental controls are on. The cryo tanks are on, but all of the terminals are off. But for the main power terminal, this is the only one that effectively you've got the ability to be able to, because you're plugged in via the Pip-Boy, you can control it. This is the only one that you have any control over unless you turn the power on. Your terminal with your notes is currently offline.
All right. Well, this is a precarious situation.
Bear
What?
with me. If we fire up the reactors, you have full power to the whole base.
Well,
Yeah.
With that,
firing up the reactors provides power. This control
Mhm.
mechanism allows you to be able to either power the entire base or power sections of the base.
and with that power, you can isolate the zombies so they can't get out. The mutants, they can't get out. Yeah.
We could close them.
Yeah, you could close individual doors from here if they are intact.
Wait, when you guys went in, I'm saying this out of character. Didn't the front door break?
Yes, the main vault door is broken.
Yeah.
And there's no other door that we can seal that will stop.
You can seal
ghouls
it with
getting
that
out.
nuke, no? I point towards good boy.
Good doctor, how big is this facility?
It is very large. It has over 30 floors filled with, like 30 or something, right? Filled with residents, which are now probably ghouls dead or, well, worse than ghouls, like I said earlier, juggernauts. Yeah, it is huge.
Guess clearing it out is not an option.
Can juggernauts be controlled?
Now we're thinking.
No, that was part of the problem with the whole project.
What if Morg can communicate with them?
I mean, that really depends. What, like, the juggernauts that I've seen, they were nothing like Morg. They are a much earlier version.
Do you have any compounds in hand?
Compounds? Like, what would make things into juggernauts?
Yes.
Not here, but in the cold storage room, it should be.
How far is it?
It is just across the warehouse, so 2 doors away.
And then
What if we inject Morg with it? What do you think will happen?
I look at, like, my notebook.
You
And
have literally no idea.
Yeah, I will tell them
Stop,
that.
DM, stop now. We're like, she's thinking, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the original experiment, only 3% of all humans turned out into juggernauts. Where, just like a tiny bit of 85% died in agonizing pain, and about 12% turned into those ghouls you guys have been destroying on your way here, thankfully. So I don't think that's a good idea, even for someone as amazing and huge as Morg.
where does this
but-
hatch take us out, Doctor?
I haven't been out in like around 200 years, so I have no idea.
I mean, it's more than that. You don't know where it comes out because you've never had to use it, but you know it's an emergency escape hatch.
Yeah, it's like an emergency. It's an emergency hatch, so it just leads out, probably very far away from the main entrance.
What do you think, Tarkus? I don't really want to leave this place open. But on the other hand, it's a long way from hope.
How about we rig the nuke to the reactor?
How about we switch
with
the
a
reactor
timer.
on? We do everything we need to do. Then we switch the reactor on, and we get out quick. And then it goes critical.
Okay, off character. I don't know if Hale, do I know that the reactor will hold on for a certain amount of time before going critical, or it might go critical straight off the bat?
It's you can't anticipate. You can't anticipate how long it's likely to stay on for. You think like your patches will hold for an amount of time, but sooner or later that's going to breach.
Given that the radiation is now mainly contained, can we do anything to make that patch-up job better so that it will hold longer?
I could rig it.
I am. If we can find a way without activating the reactor, then I'm for rigging it with the nuke. And
I don't think we need the
Well-
nuke. I could do it with a
well, the timer.
grenade. We just need to breach the containment.
As he says that, I go to Good Boy and I say, "You have my attention. I am somewhat of an explosives enjoyer myself."
His tail starts to wag and his ears prick up. Oh. Wow. Interesting.
Do tell me your idea, please.
If we were to place a explosive in between the reactors, with a sufficient blast radius to be able to affect multiple of them at the same time, we can probably make them all go critical at the same time.
Something's happening. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay, my Discord just died and came back. I don't know what happened.
You reset the camera. That's what it looked like.
No, for
Anyway.
me everything closed. Anyway, could I hear that from the beginning, Good Boy?
If I could place an explosive device in the middle of the reactors, with a sufficient yield to be able to damage the containment of multiple of them, we can probably make the whole thing go critical at the same time, and that would be a glorious explosion.
But how are you going to do that from afar?
Oh no, I'd
This
go
is
in
the
and
one-
place it myself.
And then when it is about to explode, what would you do? Wow, I'm talking to a
Oh.
dog. This is insane.
I am capable of putting a timer on it.
All right. And what if we can't get out in time? I don't know. Perhaps rigging it and activating it from the outside would be more ideal.
Good boy, can you rig it and activate it from the outside?
Maybe, if I have the materials.
Okay. Let's pillage these storerooms, see what we've got.
Do we have a
Get the
radio? If
escape
we have a
hatch.
radio, I could do it.
Is there a radio around here?
I don't think we have a radio.
You did
No.
have a radio.
But it probably
we?
doesn't work anymore, right?
We do?
We probably sold it for scrap, Chris.
Maybe Liberty had the radio.
No, I think you probably. I did give you a radio at some point in the dim and distant past, but you
I-
probably
Yeah.
sold it for scrap.
I think
Oh,
we
that was a
sold
trap.
it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we could find a radio, I could build a radio detonator.
Interesting. And I could probably help you with that.
Your
Have
assistance
explosives
would be greatly appreciated.
Yes. Well, let's start then. I do have some things I want to get out of that cold storage room ASAP. you people
there's
still
lots
say
of
that?
things we want to get out with our cold storage room. Let's go.
Yeah. And someone please tell me the history of the last 200 years in 5 minutes while we go there. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll regale the doc with the history of the last 200 years.
Thank you.
Shit, pollution, shit, radiation, shit.
Radiation is not so bad if used in controlled environments.
See that?
Yeah, it can grant people some really amazing and powerful buffs, like, for example, growing taller and bigger, like your friend here. That is what we were doing here.
Yeah.
But I guess
we made
that
a
experiment
fine
is
job of
over.
it. Right. Cold storage rooms, Chris. What's in them?
1 second. So you go to the door. The door to the storage area is sealed, and the locking mechanism is in place because there's no power to it. How are you going to get through?
Marcus, can you rig that?
Can I?
Or Doctor, do you have pass?
Passes, however, we have no power, so without the power, there's no pass.
You could rig it with a microfusion cell.
Yep, we'll get the
So-
microfusion cells off the lift because we don't need them anymore.
All of these doors are they aren't lock pickable, right? Because they have the
Yeah,
electricity thing.
if they had power, you could pick the locks, but you don't need to because you have the doctor who has the authorization to be able to open and close the doors at will. But because they don't have power, you don't. There's no way of being able to pick them. It's an electronic lock rather than a mechanical lock.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go back to the lift. We'll get the fusion cores that we were using to power the lift, and we'll start to rig them up to.
Okay.
Those were 30 floors up.
No. There were like some leftover that the morgue gave to Ralph to hold on to.
There were 10 microfusion cells that
11, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, 11 that were handed off. The ones you're talking about are literally at the top of the shaft.
Yeah, I've forgotten that. You're right.
But you're right. Morgue did hand off 11 microfusion cells. One cell you could rig with an intelligence science to power the door for a short time.
Oh, good.
All right, coming up. Time to rig it.
So the 5 of you came in here alone?
Yeah. No one else of any consequence was with us.
I'm saying that because I don't know if you guys eluded her.
We had
we couldn't find her. She was squashed at the bottom. Could we find Liberty's body?
You're pretty sure that Liberty's body is at the bottom of the lift shaft.
Yeah, but the lift is at the bottom of the lift shaft.
Yes, but the lift doesn't touch the floor when it gets down to the bottom. There is a space underneath it.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was flat.
No.
Okay, cool. Let's go back and loot Liberty's body as well.
Didn't she fall down there, like in the same shaft, but it's like a second.
She fell down past the lift.
She fell. Be next to the lift, right? Not under the lift.
She's in the space below where the lift is stopped. She's probably not directly under the lift. She's probably kind of, you're right, to the side of it. Some of her body may be under the lift and slightly off to one side. Some of it isn't. Maybe, I mean, who knows?
Bits of it are, yeah.
Bits of it.
Anyway, we'll drag it out and see if the dog can heal it. So.
Okay, so I guess as I'm ringing the door, you guys go and get the remains of Liberty.
I will stay in the room and.
How are you doing that?
How am I?
No, you're rigging the door. I understand what you're doing, Tarkus. That's absolutely fine. How are you trying to recover Liberty's body?
So the lift doesn't go all the way down. How do we get into that crawl space, but where the lift stops and the shaft carries on?
2 options: over or under. Under means lifting the lift. Over means climbing over the top and then going down the side of it.
Okay, Morg, do you think you could lift the lift?
More can try, or want to see if Liberty alive.
No. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So I think you were looking at a way to be able to lever the lift up previously anyway.
Yeah.
You had found some materials to do that, and then you were rudely interrupted. So you can pick that back up and make an attempt if you'd like to make a. What should we say? Let's have a look at characters.
Strength and strength.
I'll have a look at Liberty's character because, it's going to be a strength.
Keep beating that dog, yeah.
It's going to be a strength and survival.
Endurance. Oh, strength and survival?
Yeah, strength and survival. Because
our favorite.
That's the way.
The limitations of the system we're playing.
There we go. 2 successes.
Okay. So you managed to lever a steel girder under into the space at the bottom of the lift and push it under sufficiently, and then using your strength and your weight, you lever the lift up. There is a small space, perhaps just big enough for a person to be able to climb through. There's no way you'd get through this, Morg. Prometheus, there's no way you're getting through this, but the humans of the party could certainly do it.
Okay,
I am
climb under there. Yes, I know.
I'm fixing the door.
Fuck off.
Stuffing my junk jet.
Climb in.
Okay, you climb in.
Me hold this for you.
Thank you, Morg. Don't let go. Don't
Okay.
forget.
It's not looking good. Liberty is definitely not alive anymore. You're pretty sure that most of her bones powdered on impact. The mass that you're looking
Bones.
at. No, she had bones.
Yeah, no, but it would be cool. No, nothing.
No, she had bones. The mass that you're looking at is there's not so much of a structure to it as there would ordinarily be. It's more like a burst blob of flesh in Liberty's clothing.
Okay.
It's not a pretty sight by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. Ralph starts to shed a tear, then remembers how utterly irritating she was and stops. And then starts to loot the body.
Okay. Morg,
Okay.
can you make an endurance survival check for me, please?
Sure.
I'm also tickling him with my pencil.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not doing that.
No. Prometheus goes to Good Boy to go like rig explosives under Morg's feet.
Okay.
Oh my god, the 19.
So while you're reaching around into the let's say the slurry that is the remains of your companion, you're pulling out various items from her from the remains of her pockets and her containers. There is an ominous grinding sound, and sweat is coming up on Morg's brow. This is really heavy, and you're not sure how much longer you can hold on to onto this for.
Can I pull the body out with me?
Oh, you start to pull it, and it comes apart quite nicely in your hands.
I thought all the clothes were intact, at least. That's a pain. Look, I'm going to grab what I can, in particular the rifle, because I think that was quite valuable.
Sure.
And then I'm going to get out.
Okay.
If you could get some of the snacks, that would be nice.
Yeah, of course, Morg. You just carry on holding that lift up, and I'll ferret around for bloody snacks, yeah?
This is
Are you
heavy.
ferreting around for snacks?
No, am I? Fuck.
I'm
Grabbing
curious.
the gun, ammunition, and anything of any sort of slight interest, although it was Liberty, so I don't think it'll be much interesting, and getting out.
I'm curious to whether he would see or find like any like the memory chip or something that will signal to him that, you know, Liberty was very human.
Can you make a perception survival check, please, Ralph? The number of successes that you get on this will dictate what stuff you manage to get off of the body and whether or not you find something concerning.
I'm going to go look survival.
Okay.
Why the fuck not? Nope.
Okay. You can see the rifle. It's kind of out of reach. You're going to have to kind of climb effectively over the mess in order to get to it. But that's going to take a little time. Do you want to take the risk of doing that? And Morgan will have to make another roll?
Do I fuck? I'm getting out.
I mean, you can. It's just one more roll.
No. Okay, I hate this.
Come on, do it. I'll spend some action points. I'll do it for you, man. Just
It looks like the rifle impacted into the slurry after the body hit the floor and has been entirely saved from any damage. It looks pristine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go on. I'll go and get the rifle.
Okay. Do you want to make another endurance survival check then, please? Morg?
Oh,
Sure.
no.
Come on, 20s. Come on, 20s.
So
He's not
Damn it.
even hiding anymore.
I know he's just like I see you. I see. So we got one action point, correct?
Yeah.
One or two.
90.
I think we have 2 as well.
All right.
Come
thought I
on,
had one, but
20s.
okay.
Come on, 20s. Come on.
So I'm gonna add that endurance. So I need to spend 2 action points to get a extra dice, right?
No, one action point per die.
Oh, okay. Can I go ahead and spend those 2 action points and get 4 dice?
No. It's
Oh,
One action point
it's-
per die. So if you spend
And
two,
then-
okay.
so you spend. Sorry, my apologies. No, the first action point gets you 1 die, and then it costs you an additional 2 to get the second die.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just do 1. Here we go. 3D.
I can't watch.
Endurance and survival. Let's go.
Yay!
Oh,
God damn it!
There we go.
An 18, close one, Hale.
Okay. But you reach over and you have to kind of climb through the remains of your companion in order to do this. It's like it soaks into your clothing and it smells bad. But you reach over and you catch hold of the rifle and pull it free. As you're climbing out from under the lift, you can see the strain on Morg's face. You've never seen Morg putting as much effort into something as he is doing at this moment in time. His muscles are shaking. There's sweat pouring from his brow.
Can I have another perception survival roll if I'm in here for another round?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why not?
Sure, Hale is very accommodating in whatever makes you interested to stay more.
Well, 3 successes.
Oh, look, right in the corner, there's like 3 grenades you can grab.
Critical. So you will find 3 successes. Okay, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Something shiny in the slurry, which looks like technology that you're not familiar with.
Okay.
It doesn't look like pre-war tech. It looks like fairly advanced. Like you're familiar with what the style of pre-war tech. This is not that. This is advanced technology that's in there. Okay. It's a small device. You also find a bag which contains. So you've got the rifle, but you also find a bag which has a baseball bat, a 10mm pistol, a hunting rifle, and a very important hairbrush.
10mm pistol, hunting rifle,
Baseball bat.
baseball bat.
Yeah.
And a hairbrush. Unwashed.
And that bolt action rifle is obviously a good one. It's obviously a good quality one.
Okay. I'm going to leave the hairbrush.
You have another girl in the team now. Bring it. Damn it.
No. Okay, cool. And I will scramble out.
Okay, you get out and literally it's like Morg is putting more effort in than you've ever seen him put into. Like, this is a hard job.
Well done, Morg. You're a champion. I never doubted you. It's not like you're Tarkus or anything.
I like to imagine as soon as he gets out and says "good job," Morgan will just like let it go and just like drop.
Yeah, and it's like okay.
Maybe.
Uh-oh. He suddenly goes real quiet.
He's cooking.
Okay. You do that. The lift suddenly slams down hard, and there is there's like a wash of fluid that comes up from the underside and kind of splashes up over the lift. Kind of kind of pinkish reddish kind of fluid that comes up over the top, and along with it a cloud of dust. You hear a sound. Also, like a tearing sound of metal. And the sound of like something being pulled away very quickly.
With the counterweight's gone, basically. Run.
Can I look at the garage door, the big one, to see if anything, like if it's being ripped open or anything?
The garage door,
like the one in the big
loading
room,
dock.
no?
In the loading dock. No, it's sealed closed.
Does it come from there? Okay.
Is it control? It could be controlled from the lab. Yeah, you could.
No. Like my idea was that was the door being ripped, so I checked to see if it was being ripped open or something. I don't know where this is coming from.
No, that sound's coming from within the lift itself.
Ah, okay, cool. Never mind. Well,
you can hear a sound like like something rushing through the air at high speed.
Mm,
I'm getting away from the lift.
Yeah, I
maybe
think we should leave
look
from
up.
the...
Maybe I don't know.
No. Walk
Yeah.
away from the lift.
Nope,
And tell
not
Morgan to
engaging.
stay.
Not engaging.
Is Morg walking away
Right.
from the lift as well, or is he standing around?
Nah, more go follow. Because he thinks Lucky Ralph has snacks now. But he'll look up too while he's walking.
Okay, so you walk away. As you're walking away from the lift, you kind of get back towards the hole into the reactor room, and there is a mighty explosion behind you. The wall to the side of the lift erupts out and throws bits of stone and fragments of steel into the area. Luckily, it doesn't hit anybody. But obviously, like the count, you were correct in your assessment. The tethering cable on the top of the lift was torn off of the lift when it fell, and the counterweight basically pulled the entire length of the cable, fell down to the bottom and impacted into the bottom of the shaft, causing a massive explosion of force. That lift is no longer going to work.
Go, lift's fucked, guys.
Well, Darkus better not roll a 20 when trying to open the door.
Didn't I roll already? Yeah, I think I did.
Yep, you're good. Yep, door's open.
Right. We should wait for everybody until we enter this.
Before we continue, do you want me to rig the reactors or not?
Not yet.
Not yet. We will rig them together later if needed.
I mean, I could put a timer on it now, and then we could correct it to a radio detonator later if you find the components.
There's no need to do it now. Like when we're ready to leave, we'll do it then.
Yeah.
Are
And
you sure?
we
Yes.
are sure. Did the dog human thing change? Like, from what I remember, dogs used to listen to humans when we had them.
Oh no, it's different now. Now your humans have accepted their canine superiors, and now we are your leaders.
Okay. And where are your thumbs? Yeah. Okay. Sit down.
Several arms deploy off of his back and click together.
Who thought this was a good idea? I look at.
Well, sometimes. Ralph will say as he walks back.
Also, I
Cool.
thought it was a good idea. Morg thought it was a good idea because Good Boy thought it was a good idea.
I thought it was a good idea too.
Well, I need to wait for. Whenever Tarkus comes back, I will ask something about Morg. But for now, did you guys come back into the room?
Yeah,
Okay.
should have.
So yeah, I'll just wait.
Out of curiosity, do we have any canteens on us or anything?
You
Water
might, if you've got water. Yeah, you'll have bottles of. If you've got
Water we
water,
definitely have.
they'll be in bottles.
Okay. Since we're back in the room where the cryogenic, Borgel start filling up pour the old water out and put clean water.
Great, great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to give Prometheus 6 flamer fuel because that's what I have in my bag, in my storage thing. I got it from the big gun tag, I think.
Thank you. Is it Rosalind or Lind?
It's a Rosalind, but you can call me Dr. Rose, Dr.
Okay.
Palmer, Dr.
Doc.
Everything is fine. Doc, yeah, whatever.
Can Morg call you Dr. Frozen Lady?
Certainly, as long as the doctor's there, I'll deal with it.
Rosalind.
For you, Morg, anything.
Oh, thank you. Me like you already, Dr. Frozen.
Me like you too.
We like this
Oh.
new one. This new one is very nice.
Bottles. Give me your bottles. Morg, fill it up with clean water.
Oh, I see. Something wrong with my water dispenser now, is there?
You have a water dispenser?
Sure.
Yes. He cocks his leg and pours boiling water onto the floor from.
Oh, lovely. I woke up to Darkus and I asked him, like, quietly, so is something wrong with this one's brain because of the virus? and I point towards Morg, like, so that he does not hear me. Like this.
What do you mean? Do the juggernauts of your experiments like are highly intelligent?
No, but they could not talk to us at all, and this one seems to be talking, so I guess the virus has improved. But he doesn't seem to be, fully there.
Morg is special in his way, yeah.
Hmm.
You could say that.
What a pity. Well, then, everyone, in case we encounter the juggernauts, I would like to warn you that we have no idea how to fight them. That is why we'll have locked them away. They are very dangerous. We should try to stay away. I do not know whether they are infectious. As you might have already noticed, the blinded are infectious in about 10% of cases. But for the juggernauts, I do not know. Maybe I will know more once we reach my computer, if we do the power.
What? They're infectious?
Yeah, the blinded ones. There is around 10% chance of infection of getting infected. Well, unless you treat it with a radaway, that is.
I guess we were lucky.
Oh,
You want more to go grab
been-
body?
Has anyone been bitten by the blinded?
Times.
I got like a tiny scratch.
Well, you might want to have that checked out by your family doctor. Just
Oh,
in case.
Thanks,
has
doctor.
a boo-boo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well-
Dr. Frozen Lady.
Yes,
Mort
Mort?
has lots of boo-boos. Here, come, see.
Lots of
Even-
what?
Boo-boos.
And then Morg will like show where the ghouls has scratched him. Remember, it was it really seriously it like looked infected, but it was like
Oh. Okay, do I see anything, TM, like special about it?
Oh, that looks like an infection, definitely.
Oh. God, I step back and I say, you're clearly not a normal human, but if you have been, you would have probably been one of the blinded by now. Amazing, whatever they did to you. Anyway, we should probably get going.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be
I knew
really
you
bad.
were special, Morg.
So you know fix Morg's boo-boos?
I potentially could, right?
You can heal the damage, yeah.
Oh wait, are you missing health, Mark?
out of character. Yeah, he's
Oh, could I do because I have the first aid kit? Could I try to heal some of his HP?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, I'm gonna do it then. Let's just
I gotcha.
1 second. Why didn't you tell me right away? You are like so great. I could not see that you were injured.
Oh, I figured that Hell would like describe that Morg was a little injured, but
So do I roll intelligence medicine? How many? And I just like roll, and then that determines. Wait, damn it! I
Sorry.
pressed something. All right, and then
2
that
successes
determines...
minimum requirement.
Mhm.
And then that will heal your medicine rating in hit points. And then for every 2 successes afterwards, you can spend action points or effectively convert your additional successes. For every action point, you'll heal an additional hit point, plus any benefits you get from your perks.
Yeah. So, how many health points are you missing, Mark?
3, but also I was like out of character. I was just also role playing about the since I know like
Okay.
in out of character that you're like about the ghouls and stuff. So I
Yeah.
figured maybe like
Yeah, then we're
Also-
just doing a normal roll, and we hope for the best.
yeah.
Well, that's no healing, right?
That is no healing.
All right. Well, that means I fail, and then I'm like, it's quite different to what I'm used to. Morg, I promise, when we get out of here, especially if I get my notes, I will heal you in no time, and you'll be even better than before.
Okay. That'd be fine.
All right, nice. And like
guess.
she looks at Morg like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh, if Morg find Juggernaut, or kill it, and then you can look at it.
Yes, perfect. That
Do
is
you want
exactly
more
what we should
to?
do.
You want more to grab one of the ghouls and then bring it to you to look at?
There is no need for that because in the room that we are going to, there are already samples, both of what we were injecting people with, of course, willingly because Voltec is a great company, and the other original virus as well that you might be interested in, Mark.
I would
no need.
more be interested in it.
You might get even more powerful than you are now. Who knows? You might get
Oh,
perfected. Get
and
the
more can
perfect
be.
specimen.
And more can be greater than what he was when he was Grognak.
Exactly. That is my life's work. I want to create a perfect specimen.
Did
And
you
Morg
know me?
here is quite close.
Did you know me before, Dad?
No.
You've heard the name Grognak before. There was a comic book called Grognak the Barbarian.
Oh, really? Like back in the 200 years
Yeah,
ago?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. I did. I remember reading about you. Oh, so you were from the old world?
Morg was that. So Morg was not average human. So that's why Morg is Morg and not Grognak.
Morg, you might just become my best friend. Well, okay. I'm not gonna do that to like to the rest of the group since Targus has been helping and all, but Morg is Morg.
Gee.
You like snacks?
I mean, you are kind of. I mean, yeah. I like snacks.
Morg shares snacks with you. Morg like to share snacks with other friend, but Morg need new friend to snack with.
Oh, you had an old friend who also liked snacks?
Liberty.
Liberty. What a nice name. We would have probably been friends. But, well, we have to move on now, right? To get to the looting. So, you'll tell me more about that later.
Yeah, Morg will. Morg kind of sad. Morg like Liberty.
Okay. We're going to draw a veil over it here. And we'll pick up next time, advancing to the storage areas. Tonight we bring up on our companions leaving the lab and moving into the storage areas. Tarkus, you have the door open.
Right, like you mean open as like unlocked, being able to open.
The door is powered and unlocked. The door is not yet physically open, but it can be opened without any difficulty.
So is everyone ready to open the door?
Go.
Yeah.
Right, I open the door.
Okay.
Wait, Borg wasn't ready.
I close the door. I open the door again.
The door grinds slowly open. The mechanism. It's like the mechanisms are worn with time. They slide apart, kind of pause slightly, and then open properly, revealing a short corridor and a turn a little way away.
Oh, I hate turns. This reminds me of that camp. You remember that one with the gutsy robot? Yeah, bad times. Anyway.
Okay, so I am presuming that Prometheus and Morg are in the front.
I can sneak.
No, you can't. You think you can, but you can't.
Please
And then I'm going to suggest myself and the doc are in the middle, and Tarkus brings up the rear. Happy with that, everyone?
Yeah.
How about we send Prometheus first to the turn? Tell
Yeah,
us what
to
it
sneak.
is.
Yep. Prometheus, go and scout
around it.
ahead. He's just
If,
so good at sneaking.
if you see any hostiles, just float back fast, okay?
Yeah.
As Prometheus goes away, I want to ask Ralph. So this Mr. Handy Robot's yours, right?
Yes.
I see.
You can listen to it. No, because I can't listen to those things.
Ah,
Definitely
okay.
not.
So then I turn around to Tarkus. I'm like, so this Mr. Handy Robot's yours then?
No.
I guess.
Who's this? Don't people still own Mr. Handy Robots, or have they
It
become
doesn't belong to anyone. It's independent.
what?
Yeah. But it does what it's told if it knows what's good for it. So
Do they even have voting rights now? What's going on?
nobody has voting
Oh,
rights.
you really remind me of Liberty, Stanley.
Why does
Morg
everybody
now
keep talking
knows.
about liberty?
Morg now knows what voting is. Boss man let us vote.
Oh, really? So what is this? A democracy?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Boy, you're gonna
Wait.
be found in the helicopter.
Helicopter? You still have helicopters? That is
Yeah,
amazing.
have one. Yeah.
You-
I'll take
oh,
you for
it's
a ride
yours.
later.
Uh,
Yes.
I
Also,
see. So
Dr. Frozen Lady, Prometheus cooks for us too. His
Oh,
meal's good.
that's lovely. I haven't had anything made by Mr. Handy Robot in so long. I can't wait. Well, we have to get out of here first, I guess.
You
for
like
all
rad
that.
roach meat?
A what?
Rad roach meat.
I don't know what that is, right?
Prometheus will serve you one. It's a delicacy.
Delicacy. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
delicacy. So
Or
it's kind
it-
of like lobster, but from the future.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
let-
land lobster.
Like
Yeah.
shellfish. Oh, I see.
Then there's also iguana on a stick.
Oh, I
That's
got
really
one of
good.
those somehow.
See, yeah.
It was
And
in the
then there's,
locker.
and then, oh, wow, okay. And then there's the gobbler. Oh, you can see the gobbler and the gulper
The-
meat.
Those things sound kind of gigantic, were they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were really big.
I'm sure you, like a breeding expert, will be really interested in the gulper and the other thing.
Yes. Well, my skills might not really come handy right now, but once we get to the what did you say, gulper? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
not come
sure I'll
handy. I'm
figure
sure you will come handy, Dr. Palmer.
Don't worry,
Thank
Dr.
you. You're very
Frozen
nice,
Lady.
Darkus.
You can help
What
more
a plan.
play joke on Joe.
Joe? Is that
Yeah,
another one of your companions?
yeah, he's hurt because he sucks. More like to play joke on him.
I mean, maybe I can help heal him if he's hurt.
Nah, that's fine. Morg likes to get him while he's sleeping and put his legs into the gulper's mouth and then go, hey, oh my god, Joe! And then he wakes up and he's like, oh, and it's so funny.
Huh.
He's not so physically damaged anymore, but his brain is horribly damaged by all of the horrible things you do to him.
Traumatized.
Oh well. I mean,
He didn't have PTSD before he joined this settlement, but he's definitely got it now.
So you help Morg, it'd be funny.
yeah, Morg. I would like to meet your friend.
Also, then you can also meet Boss John. Big John.
Big John.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to meet. You guys have a settlement then, from what I hear.
Yeah, it called Hope.
Oh, and
It's the
he's
best.
he's the boss.
Yeah. He's like you. He's from a vault.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you
Wait,
know him.
I thought Phil was the boss. Sorry, I thought Ralph was the boss.
Yeah, he's a boss. But the big boss is John. He got one leg.
Big boss? How big? Talk to me.
He's
Talk to
smaller
me
than Morg.
numbers. Oh, then Morg, for me, you're the boss. Now let's go.
Morg like that. Hear that?
Yeah.
Morg is boss now.
I lift my junk jet and
I'd
let's go.
vote for that.
So, Mr. Handy, do you see anything?
Prometheus.
I'll sneak around the corner.
Okay, you sneak around the corner with your plasma repulsor on just as
I
noisy
try
as
to.
normal mode. And you can see down the corridor there are it's a longish corridor with doors in either side. There are multiple doors on either side. On the ceiling at the end of the corridor there's a large another security door similar to the one that you went through to get into this corridor in the first place. On the ceiling you can see two quite advanced looking security lasers, both of which seem to be deactivated.
Okay. It's clear. You can come. Yeah. And
Then
I'll walk down
Morg will
the
start heading up in front. So
Okay.
corridor.
You can see there are labels above the doors to the left and right. I am on the wrong bit. Where is my note? One of the doors is labeled medical supplies. One is labeled food. One is labeled chemicals. One is labeled armory.
Okay. Since I'm first,
Okay.
you know I have already opened the door called food.
So the doors are in a similar state to the one you've just come through. There's the locking mechanisms engaged and there's no power to them.
I would like to tell everyone. Okay, so from what I remember, the armory door probably contains the batons and the armor of the security of this vault. So I look at you guys and I'm like, I don't think those are things that you guys will want unless you want to just loot them. Food should have some pre-war food, which might be spoiled by now, and perhaps some food that was stored for later.
Haven't
Oh.
has the fridge been invented back in 2000s?
Yeah, well, the power is off,
Okay, you're telling me there's a place called
right?
Armory.
Boy.
It only has shock batons. Is
I'm
this
guessing.
London?
Why don't we go in and have a look in each room and see what we can find? We've got some what's his names? We can rig it up. We can open the doors. Let's see what we can get out of here. Even if we can then change it into scrap. Let's just load up.
Well, it's you can try. All I'm saying is maybe we shouldn't waste our time. They only have the stun rods. Nothing better than that. This facility wasn't really armed to fight juggernauts, which it ended up having to do.
So you were doing experiments creating basically super mutants, and you have a place called Armory with only stand batons.
Well, it wasn't. They weren't really supposed to be turned into super mutants. That was a failure on Dr. Bell's part that caused that to happen.
Been in other vaults with lesser experiments that packed more punch in their security.
Well, this was a breeding experiment rather than, something meant.
Rather than argue about what might be behind the door, why don't we rig the door and go in and have a look?
Right?
I'm for that. I think maybe there's something more.
So we'll bring the fusion cores along with us, Chris. Do we have to leave the fusion core in the one that we've got?
Powering the door on effectively
Yeah.
depletes the cell. Yeah.
Right. But has it got enough power in it to keep it open? Because what we don't
Yeah.
want to do is to be on the wrong side of the door when it closes. Yeah.
Opening the door.
Yeah.
The door is open. It doesn't close again afterwards. It just opens. If you want to close it, you would have to power it again in order to be able to do that.
I'm
Do we
rigging
have enough
this door.
cores, Tarkus, for all of the doors?
We have like 10 left over from Morg that he's not using anymore. So.
Okay.
All right. Should I roll for this?
Make a intelligence science check. Which door are you doing?
The one for the armory, I think, right?
Okay, you want to do the armory first? Yeah, no problem. Perfect. You are becoming proficient with this now. You know what you're doing with it. You rig up the cell. The panel lights up, and you hit the button. The door slides open without any difficulty. Inside, you see a smallish room. There are 3 cabinets in the room. Can you roll 5 combat dice 3 times?
Who, me?
Anybody. Pick a person. In fact, 3 of you can each individually roll 5 combat dice if you want.
I'm doing 5.
Okay.
I will roll later for meds.
Okay. You find in the first cabinet 6 10mm pistols with how many effects did you get on the first one? No. With no ammunition. They're just the pistols themselves. The second cabinet has 4 stun batons and 3 microfusion cells in them, or stored inside. And the final cabinet contains 4 complete sets of Vault-Tec security armor.
I already had one, right? Because I was a Vault-Tec employee, so it was in my storage, right?
Did you have
That's
armor?
what the book said. I mean, that's if I worked for Vault-Tec and I was a Vault Dweller, I had that.
So you would have had a Vault suit.
Yeah, and it said that I would have it like in my pack.
If it was in your pack, yes, you'll have the armor. Yeah, that's fine.
Then
3
I will
sets
not
of
take
Vault-Tec
it.
armor, yeah?
Yeah.
He said
So-
4, no?
4 suits of Vault-Tec armor, yeah.
Sorry.
And they're complete suits, including the Vault-Tec helmets.
Awesome.
They look a bit goofy.
Yeah.
Minus charisma.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
what Rosalind was telling you was fairly accurate. Like this is clearly not a military installation. This is like the base equipment for Vault-Tec security. It's not designed for sort of major incursions and stuff. It's more designed for peacekeeping than anything else.
Okay. Next door.
Which is your next door you want to try? Medical supplies,
Um,
chemicals, or food.
I would like to see the medical supplies, please.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think we need to worry about intelligence science rolls for rigging the cells now. You've done enough of them to know what you're doing with it. You can just deplete one of the cells and power the door and open it up. Inside or beyond the door, you'll find a slightly larger room. It's kind of more like a corridor with containers inside. Can you roll 3 lots of 5 combat dice, please?
So, Sarah,
Mhm.
Michi,
Um,
Peter, do you want to roll the last one?
Sure. Can't do worse than Sarah.
Okay. The first cabinet contains 2 packs of Radaway. The second container has 5 stim packs. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And the third container contains 5 random chems. We'll roll for those later on.
Okay. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Chemicals next.
Is there anything else
Of course.
in this room with the medicine stuff, like some equipment or something that I could bring?
So there's maybe there'll be a couple of first aid kits in here as well.
Right? Do those ever get depleted? I think if something happens, they can get depleted, right?
So if you roll a 20 on there, what we say is that you've used them up, and you have to replenish them back when you go back to the settlement. So they don't get destroyed per se; they just get used up for the purpose of your journey.
I'll take one.
Okay.
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay, I'll note the other one down.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Let's do the food. Let's keep the fucking stupid robot happy. We'll do the food one next.
Can you roll 2 sets of 5 combat dice, please?
Go on.
Let the
Michi,
robot do this.
You
fucking
roll them
shit.
both.
You want 2 5s, not 1 10?
Two sets of 5 combat dice, please.
Oh, nice.
So when you open the door, there is a reasonable sized. It's like a corridor that stretches forward, and there are cool refrigerated cabinets on the walls. They're obviously supplied from the emergency power.
Easy.
The first one contains it's obviously been ransacked. So you imagine these cabinets would have been stocked absolutely rampacked full of stuff. They've obviously been ransacked. However, quite a lot of stuff is still remaining in them. There are 5 bottles of purified water in one of the cabinets, and 7 perfectly preserved pre-war foods, which we'll randomly roll for later on. They are pristine in pack, and Prometheus, when Prometheus looks, it's like these are like probably really good quality ingredients, if not like full meals in and of themselves. Ralph, when you look, you just see caps. This food will feed people like any other food will, and it will taste really good. But the value of this is more in their sale value than their food value.
Cool. Okay.
But that's 7 items of perfectly preserved pre-war food.
Excellent.
Maybe coming down to this shithole was worth it after all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe
Emmons.
the true friends we made were the ingredients we made along the way, or something.
This handy robot is strange.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
What
Chems.
happened?
Um,
Programming.
when you open the chems room, again, it looks like it's been ransacked. Can you roll 2 sets of? Just roll 10 combat dice.
Can I do it? Because I'm a
Yeah,
chemist.
go
Maybe
for it.
it's gonna make a difference. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 sets of how
No,
many?
just roll 10 combat dice.
Okay.
Nice. You find 9 assorted chems in here. And again, if you make note of it, we'll roll randomly on the table later.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
But it's quite a good. I mean, what you found is actually quite a reasonable amount of stuff.
Okay.
Although mostly consumables.
I'm very happy to see this. I like chems. Well, this will keep us stocked for a while.
No other rooms in or out here, no?
There is a door at the end with cold storage written above it.
That is where the compounds are, the ones that you asked me about, Darkus. And I think maybe we should tread carefully since perhaps there could be enemies in there. Well, they
Why would there
become
be enemies there specifically?
Well, this room is connected to the escape shaft, and well, I do not remember where the juggernauts were before the explosion, but you know,
Don't
there's a
we need
chance
to
they were
go
in there.
through this room to get to the escape shaft?
Yes, so I'm just saying, you know,
Tread
we should
carefully.
be careful.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will tread carefully behind Prometheus and Morg who are in front of me.
Rosalind, is there like any percent chance that those lasers, like I point up, will get activated? Because I don't have the fondest experience with them.
Well, as long as the power stays off, no. The moment power goes on for any reason, yes.
Hell, can targets like dismantle them for like
Yeah.
microfusion cells or something, or
Make
parts
it,
or something?
if you make a repair roll, you can make 2 repair rolls. You can take them apart and dismantle them so that they're not going to activate and potentially recover materials.
Do you want me to do one and you do one?
Yeah, sure.
What about theoretically? Couldn't we use them if it's a combat encounter? Like if we activate them?
We would need a terminal to like power plus terminal to
Maybe
like.
they are set to neutralize juggernauts or ghouls or.
Yeah, but
Uh,
we need power for this, so I don't know.
If
Can
you
we use
power
the
them
microfusion
with
cells to
cells?
power them?
You could power them with microfusion cells, but so it is correct to assume that they are programmed in a particular state at this moment in time. You could correct that programming if you had access to a terminal to do so, but to have access to that terminal, you need to power it.
Right, okay. Let's just dismantle them.
Okay.
Is it intelligence and repair, yeah?
It is.
Jeez, what is wrong with me?
Okay,
God.
you're pretty sure that you haven't been able to recover anything from it, Tarkus, but you're pretty sure you've managed to turn it off.
Numpty target. Yeah.
Same for you, Ralph. You managed to unscrew the body from it, and you can roll 3 combat dice for me. Nice. You get 2 rare and 2 rare and 2 uncommon materials.
Cool. Okay. All right. Let's open this door.
Okay, I rig it, I guess, because it
Okay.
needs power.
You rig it. The power indicator comes on.
Right.
Are you ready, Morg?
Do the honors, Boss Morg.
Morg is ready.
Let's go. Okay. And I open the
Okay.
door and.
Right.
Okay, the door slides open, and there is a large room on the other side. The walls are bare rock in the main. It's more like a cavern than anything else, and you can see on the far side of the expanse is there's another security door. The space is filled with various pieces of equipment. There are some cryo tanks down here that are obviously not active, but there are what appear to be things that look like the cryo tanks but much bigger. I say they look like it because they look like they've been hastily put together. They have the same look to them in the form of technology, but they look like they've been put together on the fly. They've been jury rigged together. They don't have the large window on the front of them, for example. And when I say large, I mean they're probably 3-4 meters, probably about 4 meters wide. They're much bigger than the normal cryo tanks that you're familiar with, having seen them obviously in the facility. One of the cryo tanks, the front section of it has been damaged. It looks like something has burst out of it, and the metal walls of it are bent outwards. The other two seem to be, they look like they might be intact. There is power to them. You can see the lights on the controls.
They have people inside?
You can't see. There's no window on the front of them. They're basically all made of. They've been hastily put together, so they don't have the advantage of the glass on the front. They just have there's just like a big metal cylinder.
Rosalind,
where the
Rosalind lifts her hand like this, and she says, "Those are the size of the juggernauts, and those are definitely the place where my colleagues must have stored them, like at some point in the past. And that open door is very worrying. The broken door, right? On one of them. Like he might be anywhere. They are huge. They look like they have like some type of hardened skin. So yeah, we don't want to fight those or open them. Yeah.
Chris,
Can I do like a check to see if there are tracks? Like those things sound like they would leave tracks, behind.
You want to move into the room and start tracking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close to the
that's fine.
cryo tank.
That's fine. So you move into the room. Can you make a perception plus survival check for me, please? So the floor is mostly bare earth. You can see that at some point in the distant past, something has happened around the exploded section of the tank, because the color of the ground in front of it is different. It's probably that whatever fluid is in these things was kind of leaked out over the floor. You can see very large footprints that have obviously, what was in there came out and walked into the room some time ago. Thank you. When I say very large, they look like human footprints. They look in many ways like the kind of footprints that Morg leaves as he walks, but much bigger, probably 3 times as big as Morg's feet.
Impressive.
Eventually, those tracks disappear as whatever material is adhering to their feet is worked off. But you are fairly sure this happened a long time ago.
Okay. I'll relay that then to Rosalind. I think this has happened a long time ago.
Yeah, what worries me is the other two. I think we should not put the power on, or these things will go free probably. But there is a problem with that. All of my notes of the experiment are kind of related to the power, so unless you guys want to give up on empowering Morg, we cannot get to these notes without power.
Just as a brief point, Rosalind, you've been in this room before, albeit 200 years ago.
Yep.
You know that there's a panel on the wall that contains samples,
Yeah.
and
I
then
know, but just
and they're sealed. You'd need power in order to be able to access those as well.
oh, we need power even for the samples. Maybe
Mhm.
we can break that.
You could.
Maybe break the samples in the way. So, this I'm going to walk towards that panel, and
Okay.
I'm talking to the entire group, but kind of to Tarkus, since he is the one who asked about this, and I will be like, so there is a pure FEV virus in here. This is what we used in order to make the super soldiers, or rather, what we used to try to make super soldiers. And this, I point to another vial also hidden behind the screen. This is a edited version of it that was made by the company that worked for Voltec, the hallucinogen type. Now, this is what we injected injected. They were eating it, but you don't care about the details. We need power or to break this door in order to get to these two samples if we want to bring them along.
Why do we want these 2 samples?
Well, if in the right hands, they could be very, very powerful. And don't you want to just leave them here to someone else to take them, and
No, I
then
want to
they
leave them
become
here.
powerful?
I want to leave them here, and when the whole facility blows up, they get blown up with us. Why are we taking samples that create juggernauts that we can't control?
Well, if we put the power on, and I get my notes, I could potentially make juggernauts that we can control. That is
You
what
couldn't
we were
200
doing.
years ago.
Well, we could. There was a problem. Dr. Bell, the director of the entire experiment, he made a mistake, and the juggernauts were set free, and there was a radiation leak, and we had to stop the experiment. But actually, we were getting somewhere. That is how we even got the juggernauts, and we had plans. Everything is inside the computer. We could potentially make controllable juggernauts with this, with these nodes. But it is quite risky to get the power on, so I will understand if you do not want to do it.
If you
Let's
had these
find-
notes, could you make Morg into a juggernaut?
Maybe.
It is possible. Like, there is a possibility of that happening. Yeah, right, DM?
Yes, it's certainly you think that your team was on the verge of success with regard to changing the compound in such a way that you could guarantee a greater chance of being able to create juggernauts. You could tailor it to do exactly that rather than the original effect.
Especially because he has already been infected by the FEV virus, it would probably work on Morg even better. But, for example, even you could become a juggernaut with that, if that's what you wanted.
No,
Well,
I think my talents lie elsewhere.
But will this make Morg smarter if Morg becomes Juggernaut?
you would certainly be bigger. That's the
more
only thing I can
importantly,
promise.
it would be bigger, Morg.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
See,
Me
Darkus,
see footprint.
Yeah, it would be your footprint. Maybe even bigger than that.
True. See, Morg, you are a superhuman, right? I look at the others. So, if we inject this into you, you would probably grow double the size of the Juggernaut, since humans go like 3 or 4 times their size. You would go 3 or 4 times your size.
Morg like this idea.
You
Morg, do
wouldn't
it.
fit in the truck, Morg. You would have to
He-
go by foot everywhere.
He
Let's
would be the
Oh.
truck.
find the exit. Make sure we can get out. And then we'll make a decision on whether we're going to power this up for a short time to get notes.
Prometheus,
Yeah.
I would like you, and only you, to make a perception plus survival check for me, please.
Perfect.
Say no more.
I'm very perceptive too.
Ah,
Oh
great.
fuck!
You are, however, not equipped for exactly this purpose.
Have eyes.
Good luck figuring this
Okay.
one out.
Okay.
Probably fail to communicate.
You, as the conversation is going on, one of your eye stalks is kind of glancing around the room, and you notice movement, but it confounds your senses. It registers on your processor as movement, but your eye stalk doesn't actually see anything. It's like you detect movement all of a sudden, but you can't pinpoint where it is or what's going on with it.
But I know that it's not something faulty. I know there's movement, but I can't tell.
I mean, you might draw the conclusion that it's a false positive, but you've definitely detected movement, but you can't see anything.
I think we're not alone, people, in here.
I turn towards the 2 sealed tanks and look at them.
Okay.
Not
is
from
out.
the tanks, but I'm not sure from where. But not from the tanks.
Okay. I look around. Can I see anything?
You can make a perception and survival check. You like anyone looking around can make a perception and survival check. I need to know how many successes you get. It's kind of hard.
Oh, I did endurance. Sorry, wait. I did do it.
Yeah. Endurance, survival. You're struggling really hard to find stuff.
No, and I do the perception
I know,
survival
I know.
too.
Wait. How many action points do we have?
One.
Okay, well, I have some, like... I'm the last one, right? Oh, nice. Okay, you got some too. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, nice. I didn't use anything.
Okay. Dr. Palmer. Perhaps it's your familiarity with the form. Perhaps it's the fact that you enjoy the largeness of these things. But you get a very definite sense of motion. When you're looking at the tanks, you see you happen to glance between them and you see something large, a shape, but it's not that you're looking directly at it. You just see a shape move, a very large shape move behind the tanks. Tarkus, you don't see anything.
I point towards the tanks, as in between them, and I said, there. Something large is there, and I think it is the missing juggernaut.
Really?
And then I take a step back from wherever that was.
I look there. Do I see anything?
You do not.
There's nothing there.
No, there was something there for sure. I look at Prometheus. You sensed it too, right? But you couldn't really catch where it was. It's very fast.
Can't detect it. Can't pinpoint it.
I think we should
can
get
see it.
out of this room immediately and rethink our...
All right, let's go back and rig the door to close.
Okay.
We can't go back because the escape hatch
We
is
should go
full.
to the security door if we're in a hurry. Like to
Well,
go.
If you
leave
want to
it.
go forward and close the door, we won't be able to blow up the thing later.
Okay, yeah, let's go back.
All right, we move carefully towards the door.
Okay. You start moving back towards the security door. And as you're going, Prometheus, you get that general sensation again, detecting emotion, but it's not picking up on your eye stalks. As you get towards the security door, Tarkus walks through, Ralph walks through. You suddenly, it picks up again behind you. You get that detection warning, and your eye stalk for a brief moment picks something up. It's like the air behind you shimmers slightly, and you can pick out the outline of a large bipedal humanoid thing moving with some speed towards you.
Okay, I sprayed with. I attack it with a flamer.
Hey, okay. Do you want to make
If
a?
in doubt, stay on fire.
Yeah. Do you want to make an
Hey.
attack roll for me then, please?
It has a stealth boy probably, or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. When you run. I'm going to use the. Is this more difficult, like than usual? Like I'm not asking about the defense rating, about the fact that it's invisible. You know.
Yeah. Do roll at difficulty 3.
Oh boy.
I'm going to use that action point.
So you're going to spray in that direction anyway, right? And it's you pick out that shape for a brief moment, and then it's kind of disappears from your visual processes. But you're still spraying in that direction, so you're very likely to hit it. It's just how much of it you're likely to hit and how much of it you're likely to miss.
Exactly
Good.
3. But no action points.
Okay. So you very quickly, your flamer arm rotates around without saying anything. You just jet fuel in the direction of the shape that kind of picked out on your visual processor, and in a brief moment, the there's a weird it's like almost looks like a visual glitch where the flames jet out and impact into an object that isn't there in your visual processor and cascades across the floor at the same time. The flames flicker up over the invisible object behind you, and you can see it picks out the shape of this thing. It's probably 3 meters tall. It obviously has 2 legs, but it has three arms. You can't make out any details from it, but it's as the flames hit it, it kind of writhes back, and its arms go up. All 3 of its arms go up, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. All 3 of its arms go up, and it starts to pat at itself. You guys can, like, if you're looking in that direction, you guys can see the shape of something invisible trying to put itself out, like only because the flamer fuel has adhered to it.
I want to attack as well. I mean, aren't we all?
I mean, I'm going to scream, shoot it!
Can you make a damage roll for me,
I
please?
don't know what the party will do. Damage roll, you
Yes,
said?
please. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, what you say?
But hey, at least I hit it 3 times. Like I did 4 plus 6, so I did 10 in total.
Okay. And that is lovely. Do you guys want to make an initiative check for me, please?
Yep.
Grr.
Lovely. Oh, I better do.
Nope. It's even in the correct row.
Not for me. Rosalind rolled before you.
Yep.
So yeah,
Just
roll at the same time. So it's on your side. It appears first.
But exact same time, like what
Yeah.
exactly?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm first for
yeah.
me.
within ping
Okay.
time.
And just to fuck it up, good boy rolls separately, and I needed to roll for
For the big boys.
okay.
A mysterious force. Well, Ralph gets to play before the enemy. Would you look at that?
Good deal.
Lovely. I'll stow this over here. Cool. So Prometheus has effectively opened combat up and is effectively at the top, having done his first action. So the next person to react on the list would be Tarkus.
I have a question. Like, who is outside of the door besides Prometheus?
You and Ralph at the moment have just crossed over the boundary.
So it's both Rosalind and Prometheus.
Rosalind, Prometheus, Morg, and Good Boy are still in the room at the entrance, at the security door itself.
It's fine. Then I'm just gonna shoot it, I guess. So.
I thought you were going to say, I'm going to power the door and close it.
I mean, I was thinking about it, but yeah.
But
I changed my mind.
Okay, so 2 successes hits. 2 successes hits. That is a 2 successes is how many you need to hit it. The fire is picking out its shape.
All right. That's good damage.
That's 11.
With 12 piercing.
With piercing 3.
Yeah, 12.
Lovely. 12.
I mean, it removes 12 resistance.
Oh, no, you're quite right. You're quite right. Yep, perfect. So the laser rifle kicks and shoots out a bolt of reddish laser at the invisible thing. You hit the center mass. It's difficult to tell what it does, if it does anything.
All right. Cool. And I end my turn.
Okay. Next on the list would be Good Boy. Who will not run up to it and try and bite it as it's on fire. Because Good Boy is not stupid. Might appear that he is sometimes, but he's not. Let's get Good Boy's character sheet up. Good Boy, however, will make a small guns attack. Because he's great at this. This is his best skill. 0. Good Boy's gunner arm comes off of his body and snaps a shot off into the general location of the body. You don't see it hit anything, but it's invisible, so maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Good Boy definitely thinks it hit, though.
Oh, perfect shot.
the dog can shoot.
Oh, yeah.
So ordinarily it would be Prometheus next, but he's already had his turn. So we go to Rosalind.
Right, so I have my junk jet in my hands, and I'm going to fire it. And what I will fire exactly, I typed as junk, because that is my ammo.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep, so I will shoot some junk. Attempt to, anyway.
And this is a flaming. Is it a flaming one?
No, it is an electrified,
electrified.
one.
Okay.
So it does energy damage and has vicious. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just checking something. So the I'm sure you expect this question. So the Juggernaut does not count as a man, right?
I mean, not really, no.
Jesus.
Good question.
I had to try.
So ordinarily, the electrical baseball that's electrified baseball that flies out of the end of your junk jet would likely have hit a normal target, but you can't see what it is that you're firing against. And you see that electrified baseball fly towards the target and pass by it. into the space beyond. You
Yep.
see it bounce off of one of the large tanks in the background.
Yeah, and I remember where it is, so I can go pick it up later with some
Hmm.
dice. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to move towards the door with my movement. Like I have some movement, right?
Yeah.
I want to go through the door where Ralph and Darks are.
Okay.
That's it.
No problemo. Next is Morg.
Well, since Morg is out of ammunition, he will step up to hit the juggernaut
A real man.
with his sword because he is that stupid.
We're gonna stack that persistent damage. It's gonna die next turn.
Oh,
19 and 20. Holy crap.
Ooh.
So Morg steps forward. Right. Do you have any luck points? Do you want to spend any luck points?
Sure, I'll spend a luck point.
You're gonna
Wait.
get a consequence either way. Actually,
Wait,
right,
he needs to hit 2
you
successes.
need
though,
2
like-
successes to hit.
Yeah,
So you're gonna
never
need
mind.
you'd need to spend 2 luck points in order to. You could spend 2 luck points and get sufficient success if you wanted to try and re-roll both of those.
Sure. Let me go ahead and do. I'm just marking it now.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna get a consequence
it's-
either way, but you.
I gotcha. So I could roll up to 2d20.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what I get.
Ooh, 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
That's
so
ten
that
points,
hits.
To
And
get
it
action point.
hits with 2 additional with 2 action points. Sorry, 1 action point left over.
I got you. I'll
Um,
add that to the pool. So now we got an action point.
beans.
Why one?
Why 1?
Oh,
Because you got 2. Oh, it's 4, isn't it? No, you're right. It's 2 successes. No, you're quite right. It's 2. It's 2
Oh.
action points rather.
okay. Then I'll bank him for them.
Nice.
Okay, make your damage roll.
All right. Fine board. Nope. There we go.
10.
8, 10. Persistent, vicious. So we'll record this slightly differently. 10, 8.
Or board.
So you swing with a great deal of force at your target. It's difficult to see what exactly it is that you're aiming at. You're basically trying to hit the space the fire isn't currently burning in, and the board impacts into the body, but the body twists as it does so, and it's wrenched out of your hand. The board is sticking in its chest at the moment.
And that's when I'll end my turn there because I
Okay.
don't think I don't think I could step away. So
You can. Oh no, you've used a move action to get to it.
right.
Yeah.
So free action. That was my free action. Okay.
So Ralph.
I'm gonna try to shoot it, but I'm gonna try to shoot it with Liberty's gun.
Oh my.
Sarah,
Body parts aren't relevant, right? Even for this enemy.
body parts aren't relevant for this. Not for this. No, don't worry about it. For this enemy, it's not going to make any difference.
Is it still small guns?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's small guns agility.
Do you still have access to your character sheet, Sarah?
Yeah.
Do you want to give him any stats that he might need?
Oh yeah, definitely. 1 second. It's very laggy. Okay,
Well, do I need to
so
see if I hit first?
it was it was a suppressed advanced hunting rifle, so it had 2 mods.
So do they adjust his small guns roll?
Well, no, it's still a small guns agility weapon.
Okay, go ahead. Make a small guns agility.
Piercing
Can
1.
I pinch an action point, please, Tarkus?
Yeah, you can have an extra point.
Are you rolling with agility or yes, you are? Oh, excellent.
Ooh.
That's
Okay, what's
exactly
hit?
that is
The curse of
exactly what I wanted you to
liberty.
do. That is Phil, you are without a
I
doubt my
know. You
favourite.
Oh, good.
Shot someone else.
Okay. You hit.
Mhm.
Make a damage roll.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to need your help now, Sarah.
What's the damage?
All
again?
right, so it's 9 dice, and
Mhm.
it's 1 piercing. Wait, yeah, let me just check. Yeah, 1 piercing, and it's suppressed.
So just roll 9 dice, yeah?
Yeah, unless
9
you have
combat dice.
if you have something like rifleman or something. Okay.
So 8 damage, piercing, and I don't know what suppress does.
Okay, so 8.
He can't hear where you're shooting from.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You can't hear where it's coming from. That's absolutely fine. So it's 8 damage. So
Piercing.
that does. Okay, that does
Piercing,
6. So the gun recoils in your hand. It doesn't make much of a sound.
Right.
It's just a quiet pop from your perspective, but the bullet flies out and impacts into something fleshy on the body of the flaming aura that is in front of you, and appears to pass clean through it, obviously causing it some damage on the way. The downside is that the bullet passes straight through the body and impacts into one of the cryo tanks on the other side of the room. There is a klaxon sound, like an alarm sound, and a red flashing light appears on top of one of the tanks.
Cool.
That's fine.
Yippee. Yippee.
I love you, Phil. You are my favourite.
I'll try my best.
Okay. What was an invisible burning mass in front of you suddenly starts to shift, and whatever effect it was that was covering it, the active camouflage that was covering it, fails, and you see the creature for what it truly is. The thing is 3 meters tall. It has 3 large muscular arms. It looks in some ways like Morg, but significantly bigger. It has the same kind of muscle structure that Morg has, and the same kind of form, but it has an extra arm growing out from underneath its right arm. So it has 2 right arms. Its skin is brown, and it almost looks like it's desiccated, like any fluid inside its body is gone, but it still has like these huge muscles. It is. Its face is. Its face looks a little bit like a ghoul's face. If you cross a ghoul and a super mutant, it looks like that, but with a brown kind of skin pulled taut over its face. Its mouth is kind of pulled wide open. It has almost like a rictus grin as it's moving. It moves towards the party, specifically towards Prometheus, who set it on fire. But it has a crack at Morg as it goes past, and it's going to make 2 separate attacks. The first one it's going to do against Morg. I'm going to spend an action point. I've got some action points to spend. I'm going to spend an action point. Why not?
Amazing.
Uh,
Oh my god.
I
You
got
don't
3.
get back. Oh.
Well, you hit.
Oh, you sure? You want to double check?
I mean,
Dude, like you don't even need to use action points with these stats.
You have target 18. Like, what are you rolling for action?
he's super tough, and he's really good at doing one thing, and that's hitting people.
I'm helping you.
Where's my action points?
Gaslight.
14 action points. Let me just copy that down to here. And I've used.
Time to get a heart attack from the dice.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to roll my damage.
Okay.
Do you remember how Morg used to roll, like in the first episode? We're bringing it back, baby.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
That's not as bad as it could have been.
Oh,
What do
well.
you mean?
That's insane.
So the creature almost kind of ignores Morg's attack as it moves past, and just kind of punches into him as he moves past, obviously intent on barreling towards Prometheus. It hits for 12 damage.
All right. So that would be a total of
Well,
I got you. I was just doing the math because of my physical resistance.
oh,
That'll go to. All right.
Can
Does the
you
part matter? Like,
roll a percentage for me? Just roll 2d10 for me.
All right.
High is good.
2D10.
do the 20, you mean, right?
No, percentage.
Oh.
To the 210.
Oh
Mm.
Wow.
shit.
2d10.
Well,
I mean, it's close. It's close. Yeah, just roll 2d10.
I mean, if
Sorry,
we
I
divide
did it
by
wrong.
10,
76.
yeah.
76. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no problem.
the 21.
You are scratched. Its fist has like little raised bumps on it. You can see its body is covered in like in various places like a carapace, a little bit like a radroach. Has these kind of solid pieces that cover various different parts of its body, kind of haphazardly. And it scratches you in as it hits you. Most of the damage is through the force, but you take a little bit of flash damage as well. But luckily, are not infected.
Gotcha. It did 7 points of damage
Perfect.
because of my physical resistance.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's no problem. It then barrels past you, and as it gets to Prometheus, one of its arms pulls the board out of its chest, and it swings it with some force at Prometheus.
Hey, give board back.
Morg gets an injury, or what? Isn't it a critical? Because it's 5.
Oh
points
yeah.
of damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
true.
What
maybe
side are you on?
maybe you're my favorite. I keep forgetting who my favorite is here.
But you have to roll for a body part. That's what the gang asked.
Yeah, roll for a body part for me.
Shouldn't the enemy also get an injury then?
You should,
Yeah.
yeah. But he doesn't.
So, what do you want me to roll?
Axe.
Just roll a d20.
First.
Did you say cursed?
Yeah.
5.
You get hit
that
right in the 5
is
in the head.
torso.
Oh no, torso.
Wait,
My apologies. Torso.
yeah, torso.
Oh.
Okay. I can't remember what the injury is for that, but we'll cover that in a bit. That's not a problem.
Okay.
That's fine. So it pulls the board out of its chest, and it swings it with some force with one of its arms directly at Prometheus. Prometheus, can you do nothing and wait for me to roll some dice? That would be great.
Yeah. I wonder if you'll hit. Roll 20. Use an action point.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I forgot about that. I'll use an action point.
So
Please do. Well, it hits.
Okay. So I am also going to roll.
wait, that should be 4 successes actually. Why is it only 3?
It's not tagged.
Ah, okay.
So
So its melee weapon is lower than the unarmed strike.
yes, its unarmed attacks is tagged. It's not tagged for melee. What's the damage of a board?
Oh,
It is.
it is
want me to-
persistent and vicious. Yeah.
Do you want me to just roll damage? It's 6.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. Go on,
All
roll.
right.
Just roll the damage for me, if you wouldn't mind.
All right.
Well,
Uh,
ouch.
that- a lot of damage. Persistent. Oh, very impressive.
Yeah, and vicious.
So
Also
that's
very impressive.
14 damage. and it's persistent. So
Jesus.
you might want to
can you
roll
roll
a body part as well then.
Yeah. Please do.
This sucks. Wait, maybe they can't go through that security door. Maybe they're too big.
Oh, we'd never fit through that security door.
Yeah,
not alive, like unconscious
mean-
maybe, but
Strategy.
once we're sure they're dead, our teammates, then we close the door.
Or
Yeah.
main body. Okay,
Okay.
and I get 11 points of damage.
okay. Lovely. Now, we are going to draw a veil over the session there, right in the middle of combat. We're going to leave the results of this combat hanging, and we will pick it up next session. Thank you all very much for watching.
Join us for the last session next.
Yeah. Bye.
Oh, for
We
Prometheus
done.
and more.
Bye.